something has happened. We have heard the cries of the people. We have made a switch. And we are now going to present to you live on the stream, OG versus EG. We're in it for the memes, baby. Woo!
Man, I thought you were going to say a switch like you were about to pass the headset off to somebody else. I got super excited, but instead, it is a cool series.
Thank you very much, Kyle. We're actually in the draft. Stop talking. Oh, it's right there. Oh,
cool.
We don't go to a different screen. I forgot. Keep talking, Kyle. What were you saying, buddy?
Well, obviously there's storylines between LGD and Vici. We'll put those on hold for a bit because everybody knows what's going on between OG and EG.
Yeah.
There's some blood.
They're good teams. What do you mean, blood?
Some bad blood.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Well, you got...
I think he's just quoting.
Huh? I'm not quoting anything. I really thought you were going to help me out with this.
No.
Like talk about the story. You're
OG,
lore.
we got No Tail, Fly, S4, and the other guys.
Fly's the captain of Evil Geniuses.
What?
Yeah, he left the team a bit.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Before TI.
He did?
So Fly is no longer on OG.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Well,
Neither is S4.
at least they have S4. What?
S4 is on EG too, dude.
Oh, no, this can't be happening. Oh, my God. I hope they beat him. No.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Yes, the bad blood isn't still there, though. It's been TI. They already won TI. Bury the hatchet already.
But you know who didn't win TI? Arteezy. He definitely.
Okay, that's
Arteezy.
unnecessary.
What about the other?
Huh?
Well, some of the other four, I guess, have one.
Yes.
Almost all of them have. S4 has. Sumel has.
That's not.
Well, actually, all the that's it.
Okay.
Bulba has.
Boba won a TI?
He coached a TI winning team. That counts.
Does that
He gets a ring.
count as winning a TI?
I think so.
Potential.
We'll ask the fans. Fans, what do you think?
I think.
Oh, hold up. They said yes. It counts.
I'm okay with coaching. I would say managing, no. Coaching, yes. Coaching your.
I think managing counts. That's messed up.
No.
All right, gentlemen.
What about what's his face? Like Zinedine Zidane. He got Real Madrid 3 titles. He was the manager.
Who's Zinedine Zidane? Is that a new character?
We're in France.
France.
Most famous French player. Maybe not most famous. There's Henry, but he. Okay, you want to know how badass
No,
his
I
international
literally
career
don't.
ended in the World Cup finals? Okay, he headbutted a dude
What
and
is
got
the
red
World
carded.
Cup? I only care esports. Traditional sports are dead, Grandpa. Let's get into the game here. Let's talk a little bit. So, EG and OG, let's talk about their series since we are just catching up with these teams right now. Drow Ranger gets double picked in the OG series. Is
Yes.
there anything else to talk about really in that?
No, and I'm glad. I think that OG banning it themselves is actually a bit odd, but it's because EG's first pick. And EG, they second ban Spectre, which is saying, we're going Drow. They're saying, we're going to first pick Drow, deal with it or else, so they just banned it out immediately. I think that's warranted. It's the dumbest hero in Dota at the moment. It can be played in 2 different lanes.
Yep.
It's just silly. You can one-shot Ancients with the proc. It's just not balanced. And the only way to really beat it, I think, is to just completely dominate a map. And that's just so hard in current patch.
And on the other side, EG has been absolutely slaying it. Arteezy in the earlier games today went 17-0 as an anti-mage. Unbelievable. And in the last game they played, Sumail went 16-2. These guys are killing.
But who were they playing?
That was my exact thought as well.
Like, OG beat Fnatic.
A mystery that may never be solved. Let's get back into the draft, gentlemen, as we talk about the next picks and the bans. Yes. What do you think so far? We got Doom, we got Silencer.
We got Silencer.
Silencer haters.
Kyle, for you, Silencer better than we thought. Something we're missing.
I'm not a
here?
huge fan for reasons already stated, but it's not. It's good against Pango and Oracle in a sense that like you stop their counter initiation, so it's all right. I still think it's a bit early. I just don't like it this early. That's all. Because
I guess, but if you're going to pick it, generally you would pick your 5 in the first stage, end of the day. So,
sure.
Like if Silencer is the hero you want.
I just don't know if I'm a fan of like how EG's been drafting. I mean, OG's got Ana back. They had time to mesh him back in. I was fun. They were all eating. We were just joking around. And they were just laughing. Like Seb is like, yeah, I mean, my year is pretty much like lose, like work hard, lose more, like fail, lose, and then eventually, you know, it picks up. And Anna's just like pretty much winning or on vacation. I asked if they'd splurge on anything, and they were really boring. Anna's like, I bought a car, and no one else had anything.
And at the Melbourne Casino once or twice.
Really?
He's down there.
He's a cool guy. I hung out with him in Australia as well. Right? They took me to a fish and chip shop. I didn't know you Australians like the cards.
Yeah, fish and chips.
What accent was that? What was that?
I don't know.
It's funny, you do a good Australian accent when you're trying to impersonate British people.
Oh,
you
yeah.
try and impersonate an Aussie and you do a terrible one.
Yeah,
Well,
that just...
I apologize.
That took a dark turn.
Is that true? I'll do my Red Eye impression.
Okay.
Oh, my name's Red Eye.
That's Australian. You're right. That's good. That's really good.
Good eye, mate. So I'm Red Eye, and today I'm the host of the Major. All right, anyway, back to the panel. Let's talk about the picks here.
Nothing happened. Oh, wait, real quick.
Yes.
I feel strongly about this. This second banning phase is fill, all right? You should do your best not to talk about Dota until this last ban comes out because it takes forever. It takes 4 minutes a lot of the time. There's nothing happening. There's no information here. Oh, they banned Bat. Kyle, why'd they do that? Well, I don't know. They probably didn't want to play against it. Slacks, boom, done. Moving on. Like, there isn't really much to go off of here.
But why is it worthless?
I'm just saying I think it's less fun for the viewers, that's all. They would much rather hear your Red Eye impersonation
So you
than my
think
draft analysis.
that Ice Frog is stupid?
I didn't say that.
You think that we need to remove the bans? You think that the entirety of Dota isn't done correctly, Kyle?
No, but I would argue that we could do with... Now, the thing is, it's like a critical part of the draft. As a drafter, you need that time. As a analyst, you're bored, and I don't have the attention span required because I have a...
And the start of the draft goes by quickly because that's where you prepared. It's once you get to that second ban where
Exactly.
it slows down.
Yeah, you use your reserve time.
It's like
OG used a minute and a half of there.
Yeah, it's like, okay, which of the possible openings did they go for? Like, did OG expect the first 2 silencer? Probably not. Maybe it was like theory crafted, but they didn't plan their bans for a silencer.
Yeah.
That's an incredibly meta conversation. It's quite above my pay grade here. OG picks out a Magnus.
Yes.
Is there any chance in this world we see Magnus PA? You guys told me that was super dead.
It's not great here. I think you could see a Wraith King 4th pick.
Oh.
Because of the Doom factor, and it just really crushes Doom in the lane phase.
You know, Magnus, Wraith King is not a Magnus partner.
Why not? Because, exactly. He's got nothing to say. Nothing to say.
It's just not a good hero to empower. I mean, it's not terrible. It's
But
like...
why?
You attack slowly, you're strength hero, you just don't benefit from the empower as a flash farmer the same way like Agi melee carries do. That's the main reason. You're not an Agi carry that attacks fast and benefits from the cleave and farms so much faster. Wraith King also is a Radiance buyer. You don't need empower when you're a Radiance buyer. You don't see Lifestealer plus Magnus.
Yeah,
it's not terrible, but it's also not great.
I agree with Gods. You just got owned, son.
I mean, I hope they don't pick Wraith King here because I will not live it down.
I mean, that will be rough for both of us, I'm afraid. But
there we
go.
go.
Yes!
Thank you.
I knew it! It's still in!
You were right, Slacks. Great job.
Magnus PA, of course, OG.
Yep.
You know, it's still a decent combo. We saw that so much at the last major. There hasn't been too many changes to that. And, however, once people know how to counter it, it's pretty easy.
Well, it's tough, though. We literally just saw this
Yes.
when LG played the Storm against 2 supports much like these ones. Silencer Rasta, lots of lockdown, very powerful if you have frontline in front of them, so you need something with tons of reach. Ember is still in the pool. Curious, that has to be a potential last pick for OG. But Storm is banned, Spectre is banned, so now PA can just jump those supports with the Empower. If he ever gets to BKB, he's unkillable. And yeah, they go TB to try and counterplay, but into Mag Pango. It's a very strange pick. This is typical EG Bulba, though. Like, they don't really deviate based on the enemy's lineup. They come in with game plans, and then that's what they're doing.
And they're looking more at the like individual carry versus carry matchup. It's like, okay, they pick PA. TB is one of those carries that matches up pretty well against PA.
Does he?
Yeah, you got a ton of huge armor. You don't get bursted by like a PA blinking with a crit. You're not dead.
But it's just, I don't like it against the Mag Pango, but I think it used to be a lot better when you could Sunder through BKB. Whereas now, PA, you get like 2nd or 3rd out of BKB, and you can just go for Terrorblade. And if you look at this lineup from EG, like, sure, you could Doom him. It's just, like, you have to now. And there's always the threat of an RP on top. I just feel like the PA BKB is much more impactful than Terrorblades would be. And it's picked up. We'll see.
A couple weird picks that we saw in these last series. So we had some Grimstrokes coming out, which has not been the most popular hero. OG even ran a Enchantress, which was pretty interesting. Yeah, this is looking pretty standard for these picks. We've seen a lot of these heroes in this tournament. I think there's going to be anything wily out there? Or?
I mean, OG's still got last pick of the draft. I don't imagine Magnus and PA are both cores. One of those, probably Magnus, is going to be Jerix's 4 position, so we could see some kind of unconventional mid for Thompson come out. He is known for playing some
we
weird
could
heroes.
see a whole lot of things.
Oh, Invoker Thompson? Is that what you're saying? Is it back?
Against Doom Silencer.
Yeah, easy game.
Is
Invoker.
Pugna in the pool? Pugna's okay. It's pretty rough against Doom. I think you want some tower damage. And
Yeah.
they've been playing Jarek's Pango, so I'm pretty sure like
there we go.
that's what it's going to be. It's just a question of, as you said, what's the tops in hero. They have last pick, though, so it's tough to say until we see what EG selects. And if I know EG,
Oh?
and I do
you?
I think we'll either see a Viper or a TA. I like Viper a lot against PA because you deal with his you have break, which is so nice, and then you can ult him through his BKB. Razor is also a possibility. You could go for more of the playmaker. They banned out the Ember, so that leads me to more to like TA, maybe Puck. Puck kind of crushes Pango, but it's just weird. You really get wrecked by PA BKB if you do that.
Kind of like that. I mean, the way to beat that PA is to get into her before she can get that BKB, before those big items. And here we go. It's Leshrac.
All right, that I like. I like that a lot. That's something that can go in, tons of damage, and you need some method of breaking apart OG's formation. You can't allow them to just sort of circle until they pounce, hit a big RP after PA goes in. This now Sumail can just go in. And also, level 7, your Edict will kill a tower.
They have a lot of things to kill towers and Snowball. And between TB Meta, Serpent Wards, Leshrac, Edict, if EG get rolling, they are going to very quickly take every outer tower of Roshan and just win the game off that.
I like that pick quite a bit.
And OG's draft, naturally, Mag PA is a draft that's always going to play kind of slow.
Bugna. What?
Tusk.
Oh, it's mid Pango.
We are seeing
Pango
offlane Magnus.
Mid Pango?
I can dig it. I can dig it.
I like that they get a hero that can punish the Lesh mid, because this is a hero that's very gankable. And Magnus, Pango are not really gankers in the way a Tusk is. This Tusk can roam around, and there's real kill threat on mid lane.
And you shards.
Yeah.
And then you pinball.
Ooh,
You know how many bonus points you get?
I'm not sure that actually works very
well. It
does. I know it does, but not very well.
How do you know? You just said it works, so why think
not
it works?
very well. Some things work, and they don't work very well, like you in this panel. You're working, but not very well.
That was...
I'll call that one an alley-oop. All right, thank you very much. But anyway, our draft is complete. Very exciting stuff coming out with that surprise Tusk. I'm very excited about the Leshrac, the French national Dota hero. Leshrac. Anyway, we'll go ahead and go on to our casters. That's right. Once again, it's Odie, Pixel, and Tsunami. You're in for a treat. EG, OG, bring the memes once again. Let's take it to the casters.
Ladies and gentlemen, Evil Geniuses against OG. The series that I'm sure the players have been waiting for, and the viewers I know certainly have as well for quite some time. The matchup that's got a lot of history, a lot of drama behind it, and we're sure to see that be shown in the battlefield. I'm Odie Pixel. I'll be joined once again by Tsunami for this one. Tsunami, we've got a couple of drafts here. We've got some PA Magnus from OG, and we've got some Leshrac, TB, Shaman, tower-taking capabilities from Evil Geniuses.
This relationship ended with a handshake, as we last saw, and now it's starting with a pause. But as far as I know, these teams cease to exist. Have they scrimmed? It's irrelevant to me. What I want to see is what happens in officials. And last we saw, OG came out on top in a very brilliant fashion. Now, is EG going to get their vengeance? These are the same rosters. This is not an ILTW OG. This is Ana back in the mix. And even though this is the mainstream, you guys may not have seen what had transpired previously, but OG 2-0'd Fnatic and EG 2-0'd Complexity. And so both of these sides are coming in really strong into the showdown.
So it's absolutely what we want to see. Both teams showing that they're ready. They're ready for this major. They've done their homework. They've done their practice. They're here full force. And in this best of 3, we'll see who can come out on top. But so looking at the drafts, anything that sort of jumps out to you, Tsunami, as as that's going to be potentially very strong this game? Anything that sort of worries you about either team's lineup?
Yeah, much like the panel had mentioned, I find the mid Pango to be the most peculiar. This had seen a little bit of exposure earlier, but I think the 7.21D nerfs both to his Rolling Thunder mana cost and the way that the Lucky Shot kind of stacks with itself, or rather doesn't anymore, kind of made him a little bit less popular, a little bit less a hero that doesn't necessarily need mid lane farm. But much as how the panel mentioned, this allows a hero like Tusk to be more useful. You need someone who can go from lane to lane, and OG didn't really have that. But now they have the chance for mobility, which EG can be taken very much advantage of. You know, a Terrorblade or a Leshrac, these are vulnerable heroes that could very, very easily get converted on from a Tusk rotation.
But there are also these heroes, right, that you sort of see, 15 to 20 minutes into a game, if they hit these sort of first two items and start taking towers, they can be pretty hard to slow down. As the panel mentioned, the tower taking capability, the fact that if EG are sort of at a level, on a level playing ground at the mid game, it's got to be a little worrying for OG, right?
Yeah, especially because the Leshrac kind of gives you a consistent tower push. Many would contend that Metamorphosis and your Shaman Wards, like, those are relatively high cooldown spells, and so you cash those out in a team fight, and then maybe you won't have enough time to push a structure or something like that. But Leshrac gives you consistent tower pushing capabilities, and sometimes you don't even need to use these spells in team fight situations, which, yeah, even beyond tower taking capabilities, same thing with Roche as well. So EG will find it easier, I think, to take objectives. OG will find it easier to have lane dominance, in theory. But, you know, theory and execution, when these two teams come together, playbook goes out the window.
Absolutely. It's going to be, you know, everybody in this matchup, they're going to be on edge. They're going to be giving it their all. You got to watch out for the tilts, as always with these two teams. The tips,
the
as
chat
well,
wheels,
the mind games.
The mind games.
It's already there.
It's
even
already
during
there? Are you
pause,
kidding me? Are you kidding me?
They're full on chat wheel. They're making sure that they can get as many of those lines out as possible.
No Tail wants to die. I mean, it's just another day in the life of OG.
Some beautiful chat lines here from OG. I think EG for the most part being pretty much
they're
silent.
Being quiet.
They're
keep their cards close to the chest.
Yes, no chat wheeling here from Evil Geniuses. Didn't work for them at TI against OG, but hey, maybe now. Maybe things are different. You know, these are still the same. Yes, it's the same old chat. Well, there's not those TI voice chat lines.
Where's the
it's only the hero ones. So maybe that lack of the Lacard Matatags may hold OG back in this rematch.
Even against OG in their OpenAI match, they got 2-0, didn't they?
They did. They did. OpenAI did certainly give them quite a show. We're seeing some beautiful writing here. Nani and a few flowers, I believe, being drawn by NoTail. Showing us his artistic capabilities. What do we have here? Hopefully it's not rude and it is family friendly. That's probably some other sort of Japanese anime reference.
Who's writing this?
He either wrote Mayo or it's someone's name from an... I don't watch this. Oh,
Omae wa mo shinderu.
Isn't that what the guy in that Overwatch game says?
What? No, that's... No.
I don't know any of this.
No, yeah, I don't know.
Is that a quote from The Simpsons?
No,
I don't know any of these
You're
Japanese
already
animes.
dead thing.
Anime.
Omae wa mo shinderu.
Well,
and then he says Nani, and then he explodes.
I'm very happy for the people in the world that do enjoy this stuff, but I don't understand it, I'm afraid. And I'm sure EG, they do have some anime people as well. We'll see who's got the stronger anime power. Of course, my favorite anime is Disney. Beautiful.
Of course, Western anime. I'm a Westaboo.
But once again, apologies for the pause, ladies and gentlemen. We're just trying to build up tension.
No, of
the
course.
teams have got to get ready.
Yeah.
We've had to sort of strap down NoTail, strap down Fly. You know, they're getting very animosity.
We couldn't even show them on camera.
We couldn't. We had to.
There was too much power. We couldn't contain it.
Yes. Things were being thrown around. Shoulders were being bumped. We had to keep it off. We want to keep the stream family friendly, so we cannot show the violence that these two teams are having to contain before this match. Normally. But hopefully, the match will start.
One can only hope.
Once sort of OG have got through this routine of spamming on the map, what do we have here? A big circle, I believe. That Noughts and Crosses? Who's winning this? Noughts and Crosses. Oh my god, it's an insta-win here from NoTail. Seb just got absolutely bodied in the noughts and
They
crosses.
should let you be able to play.
Here we go. Here we go. It's got
no
No-Tail up against Jerax.
This
Jerax.
doesn't look legal.
Oh, that's a draw. That's one of the draws. Don't you hate
stand.
that when that happens? It's a flawed game. You can draw in noughts
I mean,
and crosses.
tic-tac-toe is solved.
Or tic-tac-toe.
Yes.
Is that that's the Americans?
American,
Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry
Noughts
for the
and
international
crosses.
viewers. Tic-tac-toe. Hello? Asks Jerax. He wants the game to begin. Help. Jerax needs help. I've just received reports that members of EG have broken into the OG room.
God, again?
We got to get them out of there. We got to get them attached to their seats.
How did their previous series go? I'm curious.
Have a look. Well, as I said,
I'll take a little peep.
as I said, we've been following obviously different games here on the stream, so us ourselves have not seen them. I'm sure all you beautiful viewers have been watching them, as I would hope so, because you should have all 4 of the streams open.
Multi-Twitch.
I don't want to hear about those of you with the slow internet. You can watch in 160p. You can. You can make out some of what's going on at that sort of low resolution. But there's been a lot of games going on, and you're all Dota 2 fans.
All right, so Evil Geniuses versus Complexity. Game 1, it was EG given anti-mage to Arteezy, Sumail.
Oh, that's a mistake.
That's a mistake. But he went
RTZM,
17-0.
that's a bit of a monkey.
You think that's questionable? How about Naga Siren? I'm talking about 2012 Kyoto Young Lean Dreams.
I remember the days.
Arteezy Naga.
Back at Mango Bay.
Mango Bay.
That was Arteezy. And so in those first 2, well, this was in the first series.
Correct.
Arteezy, how many times did he died once?
He died once.
And that he
Out of the
wanted to die
entire
that time.
series.
That was it was game over. He was
Exactly.
like, I'll let you kill me. I don't care. So RT looking pretty flawless. Their crit's ready. He's very ready. The question is, are OG ready?
Okay, G.
Let's see. No response from OG. That's someone's on the toilet? That's unacceptable. Get the rule book out. What's there someone on the toilet for? EGOG were hyping it all up, and one of them's just gone for a wee. It's an incredibly hyped series. Sorry, I got to.
Clearly.
I mean, I guess bodily functions, they do take priority.
He wet his pants out of
Someone's
fear.
someone's scared. Who's gone to the toilet?
Just quietly
Can we out them? We need to find out who it was. Wait, we know who it was. It wasn't No. We can work this out. We can detect. No-Tail was playing. No-Tail was playing tic-tac-toe. Jerax was playing tic-tac-toe.
Correct.
Seb was playing tic-tac-toe.
Correct.
So now it's down to Anna or Thompson.
Oh, Thompson.
It's one of the 2 of them.
Maybe this is how they get their power.
Don't overuse. Oh, okay. Because I believe this is JJ probably. So shout out to JJ observing and writing memes on the map at the same time.
Shout out to Layerth. Could we get some stats going? What are some stats that have you curious? Oh,
They're back.
again.
They're ready, ladies and gentlemen. Get those excited faces out in the chat. We're here. I'm ready to start. EG versus OG. And that's a platinum Terrorblade that Arteezy is sporting. And as we've seen so far in a day that Arteezy's been playing pretty darn well, you got to be scared of his Terrorblade.
Yeah, this is. I'm not entirely sure what Bulba has cooked up for this major. I know historically, at least in the most recent major, a lot of people were criticizing him not letting Sumail really play Dota. Just handing him Viper every single time. But hasn't been the case so far. In the first series against Complexity, he played Shadow Fiend both games against Complexity, and now he's on Leshrac. So this is a new Sumail that we have not been able to see in a while on in a major environment.
Let's see what he can do. The Sumail Leshrac. OG already smoking up. They're ready to start this series with a bang, with a gank, with a kill. They're on the hunt. The 3 of them. Jerax, No-Tail, and Anna. Question is, do they find anyone? If they make the entrance from this angle, they may just be able to get on the high ground where EG won't expect them.
Yeah, they're waiting for
But
their own bounty run.
EG do have the 3 of them together.
Unless of some choice ice shards.
Or if they get
they're
Fly.
on the
Fly,
perimeter.
he's the meme target, and they know it. They're going to lead him with the Q. Jerax and Anna ready to chase him down. The tip's already coming out. Seb throws the tip out to Fly. Fly's in trouble. He's gone.
Anna just yeeted
You
him
leave
out.
the team, you pay with your
Are
life.
you kidding me?
It's already begun. Fly, he was dead to them long ago, and now he's dead again.
All right, all things considered, though, EG did end up getting 3 of the bounty runes.
Oh.
So,
Fly, meanwhile,
But
he's
the
like,
emotional damage you have to think about, right?
Yes.
That can't be quantified. I can't get any
well,
layer
maybe
stats
that's
on
the
that.
problem. OG, they've got to control the emotions.
Perhaps.
They've got to control the emotions. Don't go
You know,
all in on Fly. You lose out in the bounty room.
They lost against a bunch of robots. Maybe they should learn from the robots, right? OpenAI can teach us.
Remove the emotions. They're trying for a bit of a damage, a bit of a punch onto RTZ. Jarek's in with the tag team, but he's got no one to tag team with. It's a solo tag team, the saddest sort of tag teams.
Yeah, so we got a tri-lane versus a tri-lane. Crit on the Shadow Shaman. Going to be joining his Terrorblade and the Silencer in the top lane. Meanwhile, it's Tusk and Oracle with the farming Ana. So defensive versus offensive tri-lanes. Which it's going to take a few levels before anything really starts popping off here. That's no till.
Crit.
Oh,
He's
the
going to
right
have
damage.
that. Woo! The shoulder bumps are real. Crit is able to get a kill back in return, 1-1 between EG and OG. He's going to look towards Jarex as well. Jarex will try for the TP out, and he'll be able to do that, so successfully. There's no TP cancel on Crit, taking that level 1 zap for the kill.
Yeah, Boots Shaman, 74 right-click damage. This is not a hero that you can easily trade with in a 1v1 situation. So he was able to bully out OG's supports, but Ana's been farming fine up against Arteezy's Terribly, who has not yet popped the Metamorphosis.
He's saving it.
He's saving it.
He's saving it for potential. Potential to get kills. Going to see on the side. Jump forward onto Crit. Crit, he's outnumbered. Jarek's and Ana beat him down. Arteezy will now pop the Metamorphosis, but EG don't have the control to allow him to hit the hero. So they'll have to turn back towards the creep wave. But this tri versus tri lane up in the top lane is certainly giving us what we expected. Kills happening on both halves. No tail. Also still a little low. Fly is heading over, but No tail has got Jarek's by his side, so Fly also has to be a bit careful. Does now have Crit leading in. Crit's still level 1 though, so of course no points in any sort of disable. No tail is able to walk away. How are we looking in the other lanes? Mid lane, Mr. Samael, 15 for 4 against Thompson's 5.
Yeah, this is not an easy lane for Pango, nor, I mean, generally there are not many easy lanes for a mid Pango. It's very, very situational. And you see Samael is abusing Thompson. This is a healthy CS advantage.
Yeah, Samael's cruising at the moment. Thompson very low. He's getting a Salve ferried out to him. But this lane ain't going to get any more even as long as it's left as a 1v1 for quite some time. Samael is going to keep a solid lead. Top lane, a bit of an attempt onto Fly. They'll jump forward, looking for the silencer. Jarex will fall low for the cause, and he'll actually end up dying. Fly, he will be able to walk away, benefiting actually from a little bit of heal after that purifying flame. So No Tail still showing a little bit of love lies there beneath the drama, as he will heal Fly up a little bit.
Yeah, this is problematic for Thompson, though, because he needs help in this mid lane, but the tri lane has its hands full right now. Ultimately, I guess the idea is that Ana, with a Magnus accelerating his farm, is going to be able to come online soon enough that Thompson can kind of take a back seat while Ana creates room for him, which OG have historically been very good at that. They're exceptionally strong team at baton passing farming roles. So oftentimes Ana will get a really good lane, but you know, he doesn't need to be the hard carry, which this game he kind of does need to be the hard carry, but PA with a Magnus can recover fairly quickly.
If they're given the space, that is. EG, I don't know if they're going to let that happen to OG's. Nice curse onto the 3 of them, meaning that OG's got to be careful how they fight. They are 3 heroes that do want to throw out a lot of spells. You have to be careful doing so when that curse is upon you. That duration, it all stacks up on you.
Yeah,
Take a lot of damage.
If you're cute, you can all group up next to No Tail, and in theory, he may be able to purge it off. Meanwhile, mid lane, Thompson.
He actually gets the stun off. One more right click, and he's got the kill. He's got the Fairy Fire too. He's able to walk away. And hey, look at that. That's going to be a rune to fill back up his bottle. Samael. 1999, of course, the year when he won his first Dota 2 LAN, I believe. I'm sure.
As a fetus.
I'm sure that's how the dates work out. But he's doing it. He's crushing it in this middle lane. That's probably where the least of the drama lies, but it doesn't look like it. Samael is just bodying Thompson. 27 for 8, 13 for 0.
I mean, once upon a time, Samael was the hottest mid around and the youngest one, and then Thompson, you know, emerging from pub star status, Samael was once that person. But yeah, he had a haste rune to start that gank off, was able to finish it off, pick up an arcane rune. Although the TP from No Tail, it didn't seem like EG were able to take too much advantage from that, but another movement.
Well, he may have overstepped the mark here. He's got one more bottle charge. He's running away, but a snowball's inbound. Here it comes. Samael, no, it doesn't actually quite reach him. Zeb, though, shockwave. He'll finish off the job. Moves over from the bottom lane, and Samael will die. Did take him sort of 3 heroes hanging around. At the same time, EG's going to make for a play up top. They're leading on to Ana with the shackles. Notel with a quick purge, removing any sort of curse and such, allowing Ana to stay at a healthy amount of HP, will walk away. But that's a big kill on the mid, freeing up some space for Topson to start catching back up.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that much skin off of Seb's back. He was going around picking up bounty runes, and he was like, all right, you want to kill mid? I can do that. With 1 point in Shockwave, which he's been laning up against this Doom, maxing out in power as to be expected whenever you have a Phantom Assassin on your team. And they're going in top.
Yep, jumping onto Crit, caught out of position in the river. OG will take down the Shaman. And overall, I mean, I feel like this sort of being the one man we haven't really talked
lane.
about.
We got a Doom on Doom. I mean, okay, rip.
S4.
Nice.
Yeah, we weren't mentioning him, and he makes sure that he certainly gets a bit of screen time now. Diving in under the tower, S4 on his Doom. You can't leave him unnoticed. He's farming like a treat down here. 29 for 5, so is Seb. But Seb is dead, and S4 is not.
Yeah, our Doom was spent, and it seems like the Magnus is primarily interested in helping out the farm acceleration, even though he is level 6, doesn't feel interested in scaling out RP, so I don't really blame him for dying. Meanwhile, Fly is going to go down.
Yeah, Topson's starting to get a bit mobile around the map. Moves up towards the top lane. He has got that 6. Didn't need to use the Rolling Thunder for that move, but this is the point where the power of the mid Pango comes in. You hit that 6 at a good timing. You can do so much on this hero with just the skills. It's a lot of damage, a lot of control. You have to be ready, sure, EG, for these movements from the Pango. Down bottom, EG, they're going to make movements themselves, leading on to Seb. Samael's there with a follow-up done, and Seb, he's dead once again. As quick as he comes back to the lane, he's going to be sent back to base by EG.
Unfortunately, Samael only has 1 point in Edict right now, so I don't really know if they'll be able to convert this into a push, and it wasn't really timed with a siege creep. Crit is only level 3 on the Shaman, meanwhile mid lane, Fly is keeping the lane warm for Sumail, who has picked up an Invis rune, and they may be able to do something if Topson goes a little bit too aggressive on Fly.
He's got the backup of the Oracle behind him, but even so, if they're quick with the plays, EG, they could get that kill. It's Topson. He's heading forward. He's going to go for the swashbuckle, but the curse kicks in. He does have Notel there, but there's, of course, nothing that a level 3 Oracle can do to save him from the damage output of these two heroes. Another kill for Sumail onto Topson.
And all things considered, these int losses against a Silencer will start adding up. He's only been around for 2 kills, but the 7.21D nerfs to Pango bumped up the mana cost on his Rolling Thunder, and so whenever you get that 2-second shield crash and ball, you will run out of mana as a Pango. So, you know, it's just minimal mana right now, but it'll start adding up.
Tier 1 tower taken 8 minutes in on the bottom lane. EG amping up the pressure that we expected from these heroes, but maybe not so in that fashion. Just, you know, S4 having that dominant lane down bottom. Sure, Seb was farming, but the fact that they killed off the Magnus twice, the edge is there for EG on that half of the map. S4's taking over. And once he starts to move around, make moves with the rest of the team, he's going to be a hard force to reckon with, this big old Doom.
Yeah, and same thing with the Leshrac. Right now, Pango is basically getting doubled in net worth by the Leshrac, so the mid lane has gone exceptionally well for Sumail.
Topson.
He's rolling in.
Should find Fly hit. A couple of bounces with the Rolling Thunder, and that'll be Fly gone. See if they can go for more. Doesn't want to go towards Sumail. Has to be careful. S4's around, and S4 has Doom available. Jump down and a swashbuckle over to the other side of the river. Will get him out of harm's way. Notel, on the other hand, though, being controlled by Crit and Sumail. Seb goes for the RP. Drags Sumail underneath the tower with the skewer. That's going to be Sumail dead. Notel, he's still alive at the moment. The Scorched Earth won't kill him off. He pops the Fairy Fire. He's fine. He walks out. Big rotations and reactions from OG, but it will allow them to kill off the Leshrac. Sumail's gone, and they'll lose no one themselves.
And that's absolutely worth an RP at this stage of the game. This is not a kind of Magnus who needs to really create a lot of space. His job is to make sure that his Phantom Assassin constantly has empowered to take care of these stacked Ancients that On is farming right now underneath Blur. And if there's a situation to kill a core, you'd absolutely take advantage of it. So Sumail steps a little bit too far up and gets punished for it.
The bottom lane, Crit. Just trying to soak up some XP down here. You also see RTZ moving his way over to this half of the map, feeling that it's a little safer of a place to find farm here, down on the bottom lane with the tower already taken. They're actually going to go for a kill onto the touch. There is backup by Jarek's side, but is it actually going to be here in time? There's the swashbuckle from Topson. Sure, Jarek's is dead, but RTZ's sort of been baited into this. Is there any help that can save him out? He has got 1 charges. There's no further TBs that are available to come in for him, so RTZ is left all by himself. He's doing his best to duke out the damage being thrown out. Skewer misses. Geniuses. Arteezy giving them the walk around. He's got a TP available. He knows there's nothing to cancel it. And Arteezy is out. Back to safety, back to base. And a well played indeed. Very much warranted there by Artur.
Yeah, he did not have Sunder available, so he just had to get out purely on his wits. Once the skewer went out, he knew there was nothing that could cancel it, which I'm a little bit surprised that Seb went for it, seeing as how, like, chances of Arteezy being able to just walk out of that were slim, but maybe they thought, you know, I'll connect the skewer, and then we'll be able to immediately finish him off, but some fancy footwork gets Arteezy out of a near certain death.
Amongst all the chaos, though, Ana, he has kept himself at that top spot. Going for the treads, double Wraith Band into the Deso. He has that imperative reliance, so doesn't need to go for a Battle Fury. He needs to go for the damage. Has been caught out, though. Crit leads in, wards down, shackles are there. He's controlled. The PA Ana, no escape, gets one crit out. But it won't be enough to do anything in response to EG getting the catch upon him, and that's certainly the kill that EG's hunting for, as I say. The PA is the one at the top. If they can slow him down, they're going to make their game a whole lot easier, EG.
Yeah, now Sumail has maxed out Edict. Unfortunately, Crit did have to spend the Serpent Wards on that, and so the objective-taking capabilities that we were hyping up of EG still have yet to really show themselves, but, you know, pick off like a Phantom Assassin, you absolutely go for the Serpent Wards in that situation, and all the experience leeching that Crit has been doing in these side lanes has paid off.
See the setup around mid, Thompson and Ana. The trees. S4 the only one here, and there's going to be the ping out coming from Crit. Did ping out behind that tier 1 area, so aware that this sort of move and response would be there from OG, and he's bang on. They are hovering around the mid lane, and with that in mind, EG, they're going to look for a different angle of approach. They'll lead themselves away. Crit will move over to that more sacrificial position of soaking up the XP in the mid lane, because he knows that's the danger zone at the moment. That's where OG are going to look to make plays. If he can see himself there, pick up a few levels, Arteezy can continue to hit the creeps in the jungle. EG's going to be happy with the pace that the game's at.
The only thing that gives me kind of pause is the fact that, so they did spend Serpent Wards, and the other support on the side of EG, the Fly Silencer, has global available, and they have not really tried to do anything with it. So it's possible that they're just hoping to use it for counter initiation as opposed to trying to find kills. But I think the assumption that you'll be able to outcarry OG may be, it's difficult to get a read on how good a Pango can go late game, but a Phantom Assassin with a Magnus
It's
farms
scary.
really fast.
It's scary. There's always going to be that chance that the RNG's there, the
Yeah.
crits come into play.
Exactly, but
And
then on the
suddenly
other
you
side,
get deleted.
I mean, they have faith though. Meanwhile, Thompson trying to go on Crit mid.
He's going to be turned around upon Crit. Shackles, Thompson will jump to the side. Global Silence comes out, but it's after the Rolling Thunder cast was successful. So he's already able to start rolling himself away, Thompson, and get himself out of harm's way. They'll look towards No-Tail, very low. They should be able to chase him down. I don't think there's much that he can do to escape. He's got a lot of EG chasing him. The call has been made by
get the kill.
as he wants to die. Arteezy wants to take the last touch on that, get himself that extra bit of gold going on the Terrorblade.
No, Fly gets the end.
Certainly fine. He does. Fly, stealing a little bit of No-Tail's brains. 8 intelligence at the moment on this Silencer. And no surprise there at all. Sumail, with the start that he's had, an incredibly fast dual scepter timing.
Yeah, this is going to make setup so easy as they just straight up doom the Magnus.
Walking in past the tower. They're ready to go for this. The crits are there though onto S4. Ana did just pick up the Desolator before this fight, so you've got to watch out for this PA's damage output. Turning towards Sumail. Sumail getting critted down as well. Purged out of the Yule Scepter. It's a double kill for Ana. They have lost Jarex on the side of OG, but a fantastic bit of timing there well, we just talked about the great timing on the Yules, but the fact that Ana has this Deso this early on, 14 minutes in, you've got to be careful going for these dives. Can you really blame EG? Probably not. They didn't really know or expect that he'd have that Desolator complete at that moment, but he did, and it allows him to get those 2 quick kills, move on to the mid-tower push, and indeed, I think that's about sort of the similar fastness that the Yule Scepter was from Sumail in comparison to the average. 8 minutes and 12 faster than the average this patch. Ana and Sumail, they're both going off. Who's going to come out on top? We'll see at the moment, though, off the back of that fight. Ana, he's jumped massively ahead in farm. 2k clearance above both Arteezy and Sumail. They're into the pit. OG, it's been scanned out by EG. Can EG put a stop to this?
Roshan wants to do something, but he's shard
It's
blocked
going so
out.
quickly.
Can't get in.
They've got it. There's nothing that EG can do to get there in time. So now Ana, he's got an Aegis as well. Ana is back in true form here.
And typically in this situation as a Phantom Assassin, you're like, all right, nice, we got a kill. If they didn't take Rosh, then like, let me farm up my BKB. Once he has an Aegis, they can start continuing to make moves. And against this Terrorblade, like if you're able to establish some vision inside the jungle and track down this Terrorblade, who is almost always going to be away from the rest of his team, then you can just cash out that Aegis for a kill. You don't need to make it a farming Aegis as a Phantom Assassin. Although it looks like Evil Geniuses wants to pressure the bot lane and create an issue there. They have a lot of vision in the southern jungle.
And the PA with these timings, you look at sort of the heroes that it's up against. It's not an easy life for pretty much any of the heroes on EG. If Ana pops the BKB, jumps in with the Deso, you're gonna die. Even the Terrorblade, sure, he's got a nice amount of armor. The armor doesn't matter when you're getting critted for 5,000.
Yeah, the Empower just makes that X factor so much more severe as you see Sumail. Another nice purge on the Yules.
He is getting hit down pretty low, but he has that Aegis, of course. He'll be back for round 2. We'll see if Fiji want to try and continue the fight. Crit's backing away. Shard's going to be thrown out in an attempt to try and catch someone. They won't do so, as EG is able to separate themselves from OG.
Now, if they're able to convert this into objective because Global Silence has been spent, then OG's okay with it.
Sure,
like I said.
but OG has lost the Aegis there.
Right, but it was, like I said, intended to be more of a combat Aegis than like a, let's make sure our Phantom Assassin stays safe kind of Aegis. You see them 5-manning constantly right now. Magnus has completed his Blink Dagger, so he's more than willing to initiate, especially now that he knows that he will basically be guaranteed to be able to get the Skewer combination after the RP now that Global's down. But unfortunately, they don't have that much vision on the side. Like I said, they really need to establish a lot of Radiant Vision in the Dire jungle, which they've been kind of effective at dewarding their own jungle, but it looks like EG are returning the favor yet again, and again, clearing out whatever No-Tail has. He places another Observer Ward in the exact same spot, and now No-Tail Fly gets out.
Yeah, Jarek's not quite able to make the reach there with the shards. So even if he did, EG would still have been ready to turn, and in fact they are. S4, he's able to lead in immediately with the Doom. False Promise will be there, but Crit, he's able to hold back any sort of further help from No-Tail. Shackles and Disable allow them to kill off the Oracle, but No-Tail's selfless play will mean that the Pango is able to move away. Now OG, they can turn. Ana just turns, cuts down S4 in a matter of a cut of a hit. They've got the punch up onto Arteezy. Thompson, he's rolling in. Rolling Thunder won't connect. Ana's going to be there onto Arteezy, but there's the Sunder. The turn. Arteezy's still alive. Thompson's got to roll himself right out of here. Swashbuckle as well gets him away. But Ana will fall. Fly to take the kill, but Arteezy to stay alive.
That's really surprising that Ana went for it. I think the only situation that you think that that's a viable move is if you were able to get the Lucky Shot silence proc. But without that, like that's why I think like Pango was just putting out a feeler. He was like, yo, if I get a silence on this dude, let's go on it. He didn't get anything. He didn't even get the disarm, and Ana was like, nah, I'll get 2 lucky crits. It's all good. At this stage, it's a level 13 Terrorblade. He's definitely going to have Sunder at this stage, and Arteezy gets one of the easiest kills of his life.
I think you pretty much sort of had the full wand as well. So
Yeah.
you have to certainly be careful when making those sort of jumps unless you feel very, very lucky. As you
I mean,
say,
maybe-
the lucky shot and with the
Right. It's possible that maybe like Seb was like, okay, I'll be able to get a Blink RP, and maybe it got canceled somehow. That's really the only other justification that I have for that move. But yeah, Seb did not get to RP, so minor setback.
OG. To make a move happen. They know the Crit's pushing out bottom, seemingly alone.
Oh, interesting. He went for Blink Dagger instead of Aether Lens first on this Shadow Shaman. It's possible that, you know, he just had a lot of gold and he was like, this is a better way.
No-Tail's going to know the Crit set with the wards being dropped as such.
Can Crit blink out fast enough?
Yeah, he still doesn't quite vision. Now he does, but he Crit instantly reacts. The blink, the TP, that's smooth.
Very smooth.
He's gone.
That's... Oh, we're going to argue about percentages again. How much percent does Tier 1 tower go down? 706 out of 1900.
But that's out of 1900. That's a hard math.
Let's round it up to 2000. Okay,
is
okay,
2000,
fine.
But a percent... Yeah, that's not happening.
No, I gotta bring out a calculator.
I'm not dividing by 100.
I'm doing tips at a restaurant. I ain't gotta do that.
I'm not paid for that. They got to pay me extra to do the maths. 20 minutes coming up. 11 to 12. 1K lead for EG. But definitely the close spectacle that we'd hoped for in this early stage of the game. We did see, as I say earlier, Ana start to lead ahead, but that sort of played down bottom where Ana ends up dying. Shows how volatile the game is. Arteezy, he's able to match the farm, keep the pace. He's level with Ana's PA.
Yeah, and
as this Terrorblade. And this is always going to happen, right? You make one sort of slip up against the Terrorblade, especially an RTZ Terrorblade. He's going to do so much with that time and sort of space you give him after a failed misplay.
True, but a lot of times a one position will be like, it's okay, my two will be able to like make use of this space. But Thompson is going utility, which I'm typically a fan of this build. It's just that I fear after the game goes 30 minutes and, you know, EG starts getting armor on their team, then where is the damage really coming from? There is basically no magic damage on the side of OG. And Terrorblade walks out with, he has 27 armor right now, just cruising along. He's looking for a butterfly. He's going to have evasion to mitigate even more of Phantom Assassin's damage as now Pango up in the top.
I mean, Thompson trying to cut the wave deep behind this tier 2. I mean, I feel like that's sort of a position and a play that you'd expect if you're a sort of a 4 or a 5
Right.
or maybe even a 3, but that's your mid laner.
Exactly.
Just dying behind the tower alone.
And again, a hero who has built utility, he managed to complete the Greaves, and Greaves is not a solo item, Greaves is a team fight item. And now they find Ana in the bot lane, basically isolated. Yule's setup.
Yeah, there's the follow-up stun from Samael. Ana, he'll jump to the side. He has got that to try and move away, but he's dead. And now N0tail, he's walked into a bit of a danger zone as well. The silence comes out, and N0tail's gone. Double kill for Samael. S4's not done. Leads in Infernal Blade down into Jerax.
Nice
Does have the
snowball.
ability to snowball down to the creeps on the low ground. And that should be enough to get him away. S4 doesn't want to jump in any further. They'll let that one slide, but still EG quick to pounce onto the two of them. And interesting decisions as well. We see, well, obviously RTZ going for the S&Y on the Terrorblade, but that, you know, that's fair enough. We're seeing that, but the fact that Ana, he was queuing up the BKB, but decided to finish off the S&Y before getting the BKB. And in a game against heroes like the Leshrac, like the Silencer, sure, you have got the backup of the Oracle, but still, you get caught out by that Yule's into splitter combination, you're probably going to die if the Terrorblade's around.
Yeah, N0tail basically needs to stay handcuffed to Ana at this stage, because Fortune's End being able to get rid of these Yule Scepter setups and obviously the False Promise, assuming he's able to outplay the Silence. So in the previous series, we saw an Oracle outplay Silencer by pre-channeling the Fortune's End on himself whenever his team initiates, and then obviously Silencer immediately pops the global, which cuts off the channel, purges off your silence on the Oracle, and then you can start false promising people. It's not as easy because OG have not really been doing that much initiation. Seb has had this Blink Dagger on Magnus for quite a while, and we have not seen a Blink RP.
I mean, maybe things will change here. They're moving up with the smoke, but it is only Crit. Crit, he's already well out of this position, so OG won't find anyone up here for now. Space is made. Crit continuing to pick up a nice bit of farm up and down the lanes as he pushes them out. Having the Ether Lens complete on the Shaman as well. This is a lot of catch and long-range disable from the Shaman. With these sort of heroes that you're jumping in with, as I say, especially Ana's PA, who did forego getting the BKB for a little bit. He will obviously have it eventually. But having the S&Y first, you have to be worried about that instant disable. And as you say, if N0tail is not prepared to make the saves, your cores are going to die on OG.
Yeah, especially whenever you have this lack of vision that they have. Like, right now, OG have no wards on the map. And part of that may be a product of good counter warding, but like that's not a good place to be.
And we can see where Ana's build as well, so he's not even queuing up the BKB. He's going for the MKB. So full in
faith.
Full in trust
a lot
on
of faith.
N0tail to make sure that he is safe to do the dirty work with the Deso and the MKB in the fights. There's not going to be a BKB on this PA for now. Mid lane.
X.
They've got the catch. In they go on to Thompson. There's no backup nearby. And again, Thompson stepping pretty far forward and away from his teammates. Will be punished with ease by EG. Ana as well. He does take the tower, but he is alone. TPs are going to come in. Ana does go for the TP. Can Samael find him with the Yules? Does not find him in time. Ana will escape. Gets away with taking the tier 2 tower. He's sort of risky on the edge plays, but these are the plays that we've seen Ana pull off many times before, and he gets away with a lot of them. He knows when to make those moves.
On an individual basis, all these OG players seem to know when to make the moves, but as a team, they just don't seem very connected right now. Like, Thompson's all over the place randomly mid lane.
Mid. Silence is going to come out, making sure that there's no help for Seb. Seb is gone. As you say, it's 24 minutes in, and it really is a game where he's not been able to do anything with the Blink. N0tail will be found as well. Samael getting the vision. Your Scepter up. No TP for you. EG starting to turn up the pressure, turn up the action, getting these kills after kills, moving into objectives. Mid lane, in they go. S4 leading forward. Jerax has got a snowball. Thompson rolling thunders into a wall. He will now be able to get the roll around background. It's quite a good one as well. Crit and S4 very low at the moment. A Doom will be laid down onto Ana, but they've lost 2 heroes on EG. Is EG allowed to be careful? They've still got 2 dead on OG. RTZ's got a little bit of time left with the Metamorphosis. But OG, they will push them back. Not before the tier 3 tower goes, though. So EG, even though they lose 2, they open up those shrines for taking, and they keep that lead.
Yeah, I guess maybe EG weren't 100% sure what the buyback situation was. If Magnus could buy back, then that would have been catastrophic for them. So they pushed the limit just barely enough, able to claim that tier 3. But signs of life coming from OG if they're able to defend like that. And finally, Pango Thompson is able to hang out and do something with his team, get a Rolling Thunder in a team fight situation. And that's, I think that's what OG need to stick to. They just need to stick to 5-manning, because they keep trying to rotate, look for picks, but if you don't have any vision, you're just running around headless. You're better off forcing the team to come to you, which is hard whenever EG are as good at pushing as they are with the Shadow Shaman Serpent Wards, Leshrak's Edict, and terribly Metamorphosis. It's hard to dictate where the enemy team will be forced to go, as you see like right now RTZ just casually push to the high ground, and no one from OG are defending that, but Ana's going to take down Fly.
We'll find Fly pushing out lane alone. You know, the fact that RTZ with this incredibly quick butterfly timing, as we saw just being shown on the screen. And also worth noting, it's looking to be another flawless game so far from RTZ. He has not died at all on the Terrorblade. OG going for the Roche. They got away with this last time. Once again, EG will scan it.
Out.
But in terms of getting there quick enough,
yeah, they're giving it up.
It's not going to be possible. OG find the Roshan with no contest.
I mean, basically the entire time this Terrorblade illusion was killing bot tier 3.
And he gets it.
And he gets it with a siege creep. So at that point, you're like, no one has defended this yet. And then you're like, Roche is probably going to go down. There's no point trying to challenge it at this point. So.
And let's be honest, last time OG with the Aegis, they didn't get a whole lot done.
Right.
We'll see if having a cheese on top of it makes any difference.
Yeah, they'll hand that to Thompson. He'll be able to stick around longer with that Greaves aura. But
I mean,
time is ticking.
And even though EG, they are ahead, they've broken the tier 3s, they do have the net worth lead, you could definitely say Ana is getting away with this build. He has the MKB, he's now got 1300, he will now queue up the BKB. So if he gets this BKB after having, you know, the Deso and the MKB, these 2 damage items, it's going to be scary, because he absolutely is at a point where he will delete these heroes. You can see builds from the cores of EG responding to this. Samael going for the Shiva's Guard, making sure he has that extra armor and protection. I see how's he doing on that Shiva's Guard when at the moment on the Leshrac? I saw he had it queued up.
Yeah, he's working his way. So he's about to have the Mystic Staff.
Yeah, he's pretty close.
Yeah.
He's pretty close to having this.
But that's the thing, like Ana is getting away with this build.
He is.
But like I said, the armor is going to start adding up, and then who are you going to delete? Like the Shaman has an Aether Lens and a Blink. You're going to really catch that guy? And Doom just inherently such a tanky hero. Actually, surprisingly, did not go for the evasion on the Doom. He went for the Devour bonus gold. But, you know, he built a plate mail, so he has his own armor going on right now. The lack of damage coming out from the rest of OG, like, yes, Ana can get away with the build, but can the rest of OG get away with Ana's build? It's now bot lane. You see a bump into Arteezy.
So they can go for this. Arteezy doesn't have anyone nearby. He does have a global silence. That allows Arteezy to get off the Sunder, but there's the damage. There's the 1100 damage crit from Ana. Will be there. Arteezy taken down for the first time this game, and it certainly shows in the gold. A nice bonus for Thompson picked up for that.
And EG's going to have to defend this tier 3, because they will keep going. They still have Aegis on Ana. They still have Cheese on Thompson. And I don't think EG wins this race.
I mean, it's hard, yeah, because EG, they don't have global silence, and if the Terrorblade wants to join in, RTZ is going to have to expend a buyback. So
Yeah.
Samael doing his
And
best,
he won't
as you
have
say,
meta.
with the split push.
He cashed out meta, so.
How do EG slow this down? Are they able to stop this push at all? That's the question. Tier 3's gone. OG know they can stick around to take
They're
racks.
racing it. Shaman dropped the wards mid. Leshrak's pushing top.
They're trying their best for the split trades. We'll see how much they can get from it, EG, as OG will take the bottom racks. EG, how much can they get in return? Crit's been able to pull down the melee racks to about half health, but now he's jumped upon. They'll take away Crit. They'll be able to take away the wards as well. Back down bottom. Chases on as S4 looks towards No-Tail. No-Tail will be focused by S4 and Fly. Thompson tries for the swashbuckle, won't find the connection onto Fly. So S4, Samael and Fly will continue to surround No-Tail. Rolling Thunder comes
Still
in from
alive.
Thompson. It is keeping No-Tail safe. Thompson rolls in very deep, though. Will be doomed by S4. S4 pops the drums, starts to
Oracle
chase it down.
has his false promise.
He can keep this Thompson Pango pretty safe, and now they'll turn. Anna and Sep, they've moved up the mid. The jumps are on, and Jarex is there on the backlines on top of Fly as well. EG have lost 3. OG keep the Rex alive. Get the lanes pushed back out, get the kills, and take that bottom melee Rex. The game in net worth back to pretty much even. 18 to 18 at 30 minutes in. And OG, their Rex up.
The moment these carry players stray from the flock and they're off on their own, things start spiraling out of control. Ana died bot a while ago, and EG were able to get a whole lot of damage done to objectives. Here, Arteezy gets caught out, and as a result, Rax goes down. And
now mid lane.
in mid lane,
They're losing more.
it's spiraling out.
EG, they're going to have the full roster back up in 10, but it's not going to be before these racks are gone. OG pushing on. Ana getting away, as we say, with this high damage build, not going for the BKB and being able to get the Deso. The MKB, he hurts, not only against heroes, against structures as well. It's another tier 3 tower taken. They're going to look to fight EG. Jump in, global silence, immediately focusing down the PA. Ana's gone. That's going to be No-Tail out of the game as well. No-Tail's going to buy back TP over to the shrine. Can he get it to help them though? Ana taking a heavy amount of damage from the Glaze, will jump down to the low ground. Thompson, he's still on the front lines, tries for a swashbuckle onto Samael, but he totally misses the shot. Samael and Fly turn towards him. Arteezy, he's cleaned up Ana. They're still looking to finish off this Pango. Thompson, he might be able to get Samael. No, the swashbuckle again. The angle's slightly off. Meanwhile, Arteezy, he's just killing fools on the backline. Thompson finally should fall as S4 jumps in. EG, this time, they'll take the fight. They'll get the kills. And Arteezy, he'll get a big-ass paycheck. He got a lot of money from that one. Give him another.
Give him a bonus. This is his Christmas bonus right there.
There we have it. Arteezy, you don't mess with the Artor Terrorblade. You kill him once, he'll make sure that he kills you again and again and again and again and again.
Thompson was trying to fall on the sword there. He was like, it's okay, guys. I will take it. Arteezy did not take the bait. He very, very deftly sidestepped some Rolling Thunders and was like, I don't need to deal with you. I'll let Leshrac deal with you. I'm going to kill the rest of your team. Proceeded to mow down the Magnus and the Phantom Assassin. Tusk end up getting caught out by a Yule's initiation. And EG are just going to return the favor now.
It's EG's turn to put OG in the hot seat. Down the mid lane, they go. Serpent Ward's down. The Edict's out. They'll take the mid melee racks.
Yeah, TB did not have meta anymore, so he was just going to chill out and farm, but they take a full set of racks, which they're still objectively down. They're down 2 raxes, whereas OG have only lost this 1 rax. But it's only 30 minutes into the game, even though it feels much later. These carries still have a lot of room to grow of Leshrac and Terrorblade, and hell, even like Doom, these 4 positions.
It's a crazy game. A game where, you say a minute ago, it's like, okay, OG, they're taking 2 racks. It's all golden for them, but suddenly, EG strike back. Arteezy gets back on track himself.
And he's looking for a Satanic now.
That'll do it.
That'll
make him, good luck trying to kill him again. Sure, you may be able to end the game around him, but killing the Terrorblade won't be too easy.
No, it's really only Ana who can do it. Who hasn't completed a BKB now.
Yeah.
It is a 10-second BKB, so he has a solution for this Leshrac.
Could be the game-ending BKB as well if they find the fight with it.
But yet again, No-Tail's really going to have his work cut out for himself.
Thompson, he's going to walk in. He's going to be immediately doomed upon the global silence out as well. They're onto the Pango. Thompson's out of the fight. Ana pots the BKB. He's going to try and commit onto Arteezy on the side. Crit holding back Seb. Snowball will be there from Jarek. The Sunder that brings S4 low. Samael finds the Oracle on the backlines. Thompson has brought back Arteezy. He's still alive. Can they get him back to safety? He's backing away. The disables are there. Crit turns. They've got the lockdown onto Ana after the BKB ends. The PA is dead and gone. They're looking for more. Samael's trying for Jarek. Jarek will get himself away under the cover of the invis, and Seb TP's out. Samael's still hunting. Didn't find anyone's a little low on mana, and Jarax will be able to get himself out of there. But that's 2 buybacks being used by OG, both Thompson and Ana buying back. They were not able to get themselves in a situation where they could keep the fight going in EG's base. Arteezy staying alive on very, very low health.
And with no Metamorphosis spent. So he's ready to start taking some objectives if the opportunity shows itself.
This is a scary time for OG.
Roche has potential to respawn in 20 seconds. We'll see if EG are going to wait out for that. But, I mean, now that you have 2 buybacks off on the table, OG have to play so carefully now.
They do. You got to watch out. Arteezy and the gang ready to go.
Roche, let's see.
Should be still a bit of time left on that, right?
Well, potential respawn. Okay, so it's a late Rosh.
2.5 minutes. Still, though, crucial to remember that 2.5 minutes. That's still going to be what when there's at least a couple of minutes left on the buybacks of OG.
Exactly.
If you get that Rosh as EG and you're able to push him with Aegis Cheese Refresher Shard, yep. I mean, you're probably what you give the Refresher Shard to the TB or the Shaman. It's a hard bet.
Yeah, that
Double
is hard,
wards
actually.
is nice, but also having the fact of that extra duration of the medic.
Since I think it'll be a game-ending refresher shard, I think they would just give it to the Shadow Shaman. And Shard's S4 is getting chased down.
They've found him. Tops is in with the Rolling Thunder. S4 surely will go down here. Anna jumps in. The Doom is dead. Has buyback. But these kills as well around this time, around this
Yeah, because I mean,
2 minutes where Roshan could
EG
be.
has no idea what Rosh status is.
This Roshan, it's the hot one. The last two, it didn't seem to do anything crazy. Well, I guess no. The second one did allow them to clean up those 2 racks, which was pretty big. They get a third one. Who knows what's going to happen?
They see Ana prowling around on the map, so they're pretty positive that there's no Rosh being taken right now. But the second he goes out of vision, then like maybe he's blurred and trying to kill one of you. But Ana's going to take down this top shrine, start planning to take care of this Rosh. Although OG's top shrine has also been taken, so both teams just on a precipice right now. Slight 7k net worth advantage for EG, but that's near irrelevant at this stage. It's all about who gets the initiation.
Yep. All about which team's able to delete a member of the others before the fight fully begins. EG, RTZ, scouting things out, sending the illusion forward, getting the info required. I mean, they know that OG's hovering around that pit. That's the point of the map that everybody's interested in right now.
I see Ana having to defend this bot lane. Does not have Blur available, so he's just going to have to show himself. And now EG is starting to take over the southern jungle.
So that shrine down bottom that EG are yet to take away. Basher, it's been picked up here by Ana, so that extra sort of chance of catching out the Terrorblade, catching out Arteezy. He has to be prepared to sunder maybe a little earlier than he would do before, because one bash comes in and he could be gone.
Topson causing some pressure in the top lane. That is the last racks remaining for EG, so they need to be very, very careful about not letting that get out of control. There's 2 siege creeps up there also, and so like right now, which Roche is about to respawn, if OG were aware and been able to force a fight, those siege creeps may have just been able to quietly get themselves a Roche, but Sumail's going to defend it. And immediately backs off. He doesn't even stick around to finish it off because this Roche is so delicate. It's now initiation from the Tusk.
Jarex, he's going in straight away. Ana also coming in for this as well. Has to be careful. The global silence, the Hex is down to Ana. The Shackles as well. There's no save from Ana's dead without buyback. Gone for 110 seconds. The quick plays from the supports of EG. Crit and Fly, the global, the disable, the P8 is gone. A huge window now for EG to operate with, and they've also found Topson. They've also found No-Tail. RTZ able to chase him down. This is 3 heroes dead on OG, none of them with buyback. Roshan has respawned, and in the mid lane as well, Seb tries to desperately force the wave away, but they're all dead. RTZ, he knows they're not coming back in for this. He's ready to shut down the game. He's ready to move on to another. You only killed him the once this game. As I said, you're not killing him again, and they certainly didn't. 14-1-4. RTZ hitting the tier 4s. They might as well call it now. It's game over. Nothing that Jarex can do to hold back a full lineup of EG. And there it is. GG is called as Evil Geniuses take game 1 of this best of 3 against OG.
Ana made some very, very peculiar initiations, and again, like, I don't know if that was his responsibility or lack of communication, but there were not very many Blink RPs this game, and I think that EG were able to use Silencer a lot more effectively than a lot of teams are. Support Silencer should not be able to get with so many super effective global silences.
Just the combination, the global silence along with the Shadow Shaman's initiation, it makes it so hard for OG's heroes to play around. And it was a back and forth game. It was a game where OG, they took 2 sets of racks from EG, but EG had that better execution. We saw a lot of sort of deaths from OG that were a little bit questionable. Claws going out a little too far and on their own. You didn't really have that from EG. You have these heroes such as RTZ Terrorblade only dying the once, and that'll get them the victory here in game 1. But there we have it, the beginning of this best of 3. It's only just begun. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. This one's going to continue with some high octane action. But EG taking the lead here, 1-0.
of thing where I felt like I would actually push the whole craft forwards. I could give people something that they would enjoy.
Welcome back to MDL Paris Disneyland Major. I am here with Gods and Kyle. Gentlemen, I think that game was everything that we were looking for. Back and forth, a lot of action, OG, EG kicking some booty.
A lot of fun, yeah.
That was a good one.
Good. Yeah, I think that's what people wanted. You know, OG took 4 lanes of rack, still end up falling to EG, but it was a lot of fun.
Kyle, you're an expert on goofy games. Can you tell me what exactly was going on in that one? Were people throwing? Was it an even match?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I think it was finally, I think S4 just getting off a good Doom. Had BKB. Bubba was talking, we were watching the game, he was like, yeah, if we can get BKB plate mail, like, we're gold. Because then it's going to guarantee you can stay in a fight, you can get a Doom off, chase that hero down. The silencer finally with some big impact. It felt like Seb's impact wasn't really there, but it's a hard game for him to play.
Yeah.
Also, what's Sumail doing with the Yule's first item? We were talking about that. Like, Atos is just better. Same cost, but you get strength. And it was very strange in a game where Atos is sick. You're playing against PA, Pangolier, like Mag. All of them have a movement ability disabled by your Atos, and it effectively just creates more stun time, whereas the Yule's is setting up for lockdown, but you're not doing as much damage, and it takes too long against double save supports. That was a bit weird.
Yeah, sure. A very defensive item. Gods, any ideas about that?
No.
I mean, it's
true. Just style choice, I guess. But yeah, it felt weird to not see the Atos, considering that's such a prevalent item right now. But
no, I mean, there was a patch, though, since the last major where Atos was the king, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Got nerfed a little bit. It's not that good anymore, right? Just Atos.
It does one thing, you know? Yule's does 2 things. You can use offensively or defensively. Atos,
dude,
you can only use offensively.
Yeah.
You want 9 that does 2 things or 1 thing?
That's a good point.
I don't know.
I just realized that Slacks has like a cleft chin, and now I can't stop staring at it.
That's right. Me and
Cleft.
Red Eye have the same
There's
chin.
there's a thing in the middle. It's like it's funny because a lot of animated characters have that sort of thing. You
It's
can't see it
true.
as well in the shadows, but like you can see it's a butt chin.
Me and Red Eye have the same chin, and I never met my father. Very interesting, isn't it?
Really?
Very interesting.
What?
Is he old enough to be your father?
I hope not. That guy old as hell. But anyway, let's talk about the next match. You expected something as goofy? This one, I mean, both these drafts seem pretty standard. These seem like, you know, normal drafts that pro teams would do.
It was a decent game of Dota. It wasn't phenomenal by any means, but
Yeah.
like, they played well. It was back and forth. It just,
Yeah.
The nature of how kind of OG play Dota is that kind of keep away, split push style. Even that's just how they like to operate. And I think it was very key that EG had crit Shadow Shaman because he was the one punishing them over and over again, constantly finding like the picks that led to, okay, he gets them with the Hex as someone's TPing in to help make sure they get those kills. He was, you know, killing the Pango in the top lane. He was the PA when BKB was down, or even, you know, the Hex before BKB is used can be so impactful. So
Absolutely. We just saw an RP there, a very rare one from this game so far. But yeah, as you guys said, they ran at each other a lot. They took a lot of objectives, and they made a bunch of stuff happen in this game for both teams.
I think also the Shaman against Oracle is quite nice because the Hex is undispellable, and it allows you to counteract that save that OG likes to popularize. Like, because you can't just cleanse into the BKB immediately from one of your cores. Gives you a bit of a win condition. It's just a really strange back and forth game. You see 10 to 10 still at like 16 minutes, near completely dead even. I don't know if I liked the second item BKB by Ana. I felt like his item progression was slowed a bit because of it. Not saying he go
But you have
Battle
Magnus,
Fury,
though.
but
I think it's very typical with Magnus to
But
get
who-
that fast BKB.
they didn't have a Vlad's for a while though, right? Because
Magnus got one. I don't know what stage it was.
I just don't like Deso. Yeah, that's why. Sorry, he went Sandra and Yasha. I just don't like this item on PA when you have Mag. I think you play. I'd rather the BKB into Basher or a bad go either something that goes like super high damage or provides a bit of utility. But SNY is just this kind of like casual luxury item, and when you're not ahead in a game, I just never like the purchase.
Sure, but at the major, the Dream League major, the last one, Gods, I think it was you who taught me that you can kill a PA before she gets BKB. That's like your real moment to win that game. So maybe there is a little bit of getting that BKB a little bit early. I mean, there's some thought behind that.
Yeah, particularly against less Shrek Shaman. It's a game where you're going to need it pretty early on.
But the thing is, if you go for like a double Lincolns this game, like PA instead of SNY just has Lincolns to close out the item build, and then your Magnus gets one instead of an Aether Lens. I don't know what the hell what the Aether Lens is for.
Yeah, it's a good Lincoln's game. It just never feels good as a carry to get Lincolns as a first or second item. I feel like you don't feel nice about it. It doesn't actually give you much other than that spell block. And at such a heavy price point, it's hard to justify it.
So that to carries in my pubs. If I see one more Morphling get first item Lincolns, I'm going to lose my mind. Get rid of that garbage. Thank you, Kyle, for spreading that around.
Well, it's not good every game.
A strong defense. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Glad I could help out. And yeah, this is just a weird game. I gotta say, after watching this replay, thinking, okay, my PA doesn't have buyback. Like, what are we doing? What was that? You have 4 racks, like you're in a dominating position in the game, and then they just lose. And the goal, Slacks, what's the goal of a game of Dota?
I believe it's to defend the Ancient?
No.
To just destroy the end.
Yes, but the end.
What? No. The goal of Dota is to defense of your Ancient.
You don't win by defending your Ancient.
Yes, you do.
Both teams.
You defend it longer than the enemies is defended, and then the enemies is destroyed. It's not called destruction of the Ancient, you morons. What are you... I'm sorry, Mickey. It's not called destruction of the Ancient.
It's no longer called defense of the Ancients either.
It's not. It's just Dota. They dropped everything.
Dota.
That is ridiculous. That is just
Serious.
untrue
It's
fake.
100% true.
Some would call that fake news, but I would not. But it is.
Next
You're
thing you'll be
not-
telling me it's Sentinel and Scourge still,
Oh, okay. That's the incorrect lore gods. Let's take a look at the Paris Major stats page. Thank you very much. Again, Arteezy. Today he went 17-0. Now he's going 14-1. He's had a pretty standout performance, I would say.
That seems to be EG's identity these days. Pretty much throughout this entire DPC is just Arteezy on these big hard carries, very low death count, and typically carrying and winning EG games in a more slower fashion. 38-minute game, EG is one of the teams that they don't rush their wins. You look at how Secret VP play, LGD as well early today. They're winning games in 20, 25 minutes. EG, happy to play these more late game strats with Arteezy.
Wow. Interesting here that they didn't get an Aegis. That's pretty cool that Jerax able to secure 2 of those Roshes and still, didn't get the win. Isn't Rosh important?
Yes.
Yes. But then why didn't they win? They got all of them.
Because there's more. It's like the same reason you diversify your life, right? There's more than just one thing that's important to you.
Not to me. Only Dota matter to me.
Dota.
I know
What are
a
you
person
talking
that would be very upset to hear that. Slacks. At least 2 things are important to you, right?
Well, there's a level of importance. Dota always first. I'm sorry, but
And what about Artifact?
don't bring up my ex on the panel. That's very
Sorry.
rude of you.
Apologies.
Gracious me. So, we have a game 2. Will we have a game 3, you guys think? You think this is going to a 3-game
I hope
series?
so.
Hmm?
I hope so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But do you think it will? I don't care about your hopes and your dreams. I care about facts. This is a serious panel.
Look, I don't care about my hopes and my dreams that much anymore either. That's why I'm much happier.
Wow.
I just
Oh, my God.
realize it's a lost cause. Taylor Swift, she'll tell you follow your dreams, whatever. But what if they're bad dreams?
T-Swift
No, her
Then
latest,
you want to wake up.
her latest album was less cheery poppy. It was more, you know.
Yeah, T-Swift is dark now. She's
Yeah.
like Avril Lavigne circa 2006. She doesn't have anything to lose.
Really, that is a very specific metaphor, and I totally get where you're going with that. That's not bad.
Thank you.
Is that really where we're at? I haven't listened to the new album.
Luckily for me, I think we're just about at the new drafting phase. I'm not going to go on any topics about anything except for unless it's Disney related. Okay, so goodbye to that. Let's start talking about the next draft. You think we're going to see any switch-ups with these two teams? Will we see something different? What have we seen
they
in the
shake
past?
it up, Slash?
got-
Shake it up. Show me the shake-up.
I can see it. More information from the future. Looks like EG is going to take Terrorblade again, but this time, first phase.
First phase
Yeah.
Terrorblade. He is not kidding around. We do not have the draft yet, so this is a real prediction. Gods, could that possibly happen?
It could.
You don't know Bulba like I know
Disagree.
Bulba.
Oh my goodness gracious! Backhanded ideas? Did he tell you what he was going to
No,
do?
he didn't, but he doesn't have to.
Listen, Martha Stewart, I don't want any of that on my panel. You get backside information. You don't share that here, okay? Use your brain, not your secrets.
trying.
All right. Anyway, we'll go ahead and head on to the draft. As you can see, we got Nyx Assassin out. Darkseer is out. Will we see that first pick Terrorblade? I'm very excited to know.
First phase, not first pick.
I don't think
It's different.
I think EG will stick to the formula of getting Ortiz's hero third, fourth. Until later in the tournament where it's like, you know, I think we saw some of the early majors where it's like got to a point where it's like Arc War and it's like, okay, we value this so high, we're going to first to it. I don't think they want to show teams that they value TB as like a must.
Yeah, but this is a huge game to win. You go to the upper bracket guaranteed. You get a couple days off. EG really value their free
Yeah,
time.
but it's just not a sprint. This is a marathon. This is a.
You're in Disneyland.
8-day
You're trying to go to the park. If they don't win here, they got to play tomorrow instead of being able to go on the rides.
Don't you want to go to Haunted Mansion?
Yeah, I kind of do actually.
Yeah,
Do we take
exactly.
tomorrow off?
Oh,
Do we
no.
get tomorrow off?
No,
I'm,
we
I'm
don't.
down for that.
We must work. The only Haunted Mansion here,
What if we just
What-
didn't show up, though? Like,
No,
what's the worst that could happen, theoretically?
I believe you get fired.
We had 4 BO3s today, and you know we kind of split it down the middle. What if we just did all 4 so that we had tomorrow off, and then
That's
they
true.
could have done all 4 tomorrow? That's what
a
we
good point.
should have done.
I like that idea.
I don't think that's good for the viewers or for my sanity at all. I literally do not want to talk to you guys for 12 hours in one day.
But
Why?
think of the roller coaster time.
I think about my own time.
Magic Mountain.
Don't you like?
The draft is ahead, boys. We must continue with the Dota. Please.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand.
Enigma.
I'm gonna stand outside of your hotel room with a boombox.
No, not again,
Playing
Kyle.
Disney music
Please.
until the wee hours of the morning.
As long as it's Disney music, I'm into it.
Hey,
All right, so the draft. Drought Ranger, no free win for OG. We saw them winning all their OG games, and now that that Drought component is out, is their victory out? Perhaps.
I still have no idea what you're saying with some of these things.
What are you talking about? They won
Victory
every
out?
game.
What is victory
With
out?
the victory out?
Is that good or bad? Does that mean you won or lost?
I don't know.
Is that a way to just kind of pose an open-ended question?
Yes.
'Cause you can just do it more like an English teacher. Like, how does this make you feel?
Listen, that's a host's job. The host isn't supposed to tell you anything about the game. They're supposed to get you guys to give your personalities with open-ended, frankly, ridiculous questions. I already know what they're going to pick. It's your opportunity to shine.
Kyle knows too. First 2.
I told
TB.
you. I've already told you. Like, I don't know what to do about it. Like, I can't change. I think they're going to ban... Probably Doom. Probably ban Doom here. I don't think you want to give that hero away. It just seems... It's just like the best offlaner, but more important, it's adaptable. You could play it as a 4 or a 5. Solo did that. And you buy it, you get a creep. You just get a free creep. And you have the ability to manufacture gold. Like, the mechanics that no other hero can replicate. And that makes it busted. And it's one of the things that should have hopefully been nerfed a long time ago, but it will be eventually. 100 gold every Devour. 40-second cooldown. 150 talent for it at 15. Like, that's insane. That's 250 gold every 40 seconds. So if you multiply that by a third, it's almost 400.
I mean, it sounds good. It sounds convincing, but I feel like you could make a similar argument about so many heroes in
300%.
Dota and describe what a spell does and be like, man, it's just so OP.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Meepo. He gets his spell, he gets 2 of them, and then he gets 3 and 4 of them. And like,
300
how is that
spell.
balance? You know, you get 4 Meepos. That's not balance having 4 heroes.
Sure, but Doom also deletes an enemy hero. They ban the Fury, and so...
Yeah, and you have
typical-
Meepo. You can't delete all 4. You can only delete one
Oh
of
my
the 4.
god, but you only have to kill the one. Like, what are you going? Where are you going with this?
All right, the fact that it's Dota,
We've
everything's
seen
OP.
Meepo lose in 20 minutes in the one game we saw. It's not good.
Okay. We saw Doom struggle to win in 38 minutes. It's not that great.
That's anecdotal. And I don't like
yes,
this.
Meepo
I don't like
is
this.
also anecdotal.
If you're EG and you're Bulba, you say, LOL guys, they picked Oracle. I can't do the Bulba voice properly. I've been trying to work on it.
And
Doom Terrorblade. Bang.
What are you talking about? Oracle's been winning a lot of games. He's the best
It's
support
just
in
not.
Dota.
It's really bad against Doom because you don't actually deal with Doom. You can't save a target that is doomed.
Why not?
Because. Did you watch Doom?
I did.
Okay. Well, you should know, like, there was no way for a mere mortal to take out the rock.
you can maybe
that-
save them, but they're not. Normally, the idea is you can false promise them, and they're going to get,
That's one.
you know, some spells out. But
No, please don't be right, please.
If I'm right, can I leave? Can I just leave?
No, we need
Oh.
you. You're very educated if you're right. Please, we need your genius on this panel.
Well, that's what they're talking about. You theoretically could go for the Rasta because that will probably get banned, and I think that was critical just because the Hex mechanic isn't purgeable. That's huge.
Right.
And Crit also owned the lane. He got First Blood by himself. He just walked down
he got
no
first
tail.
blood while forcing the Tusk
Yeah.
to TP home. He 1v2'd the supports.
Yes, with boots and tank.
Yeah, it
rolls.
was
That-
insane.
that's
I
the-
think they're picking a support here.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to pick two cores first.
I'll give you that. I don't know about the Bane. They go first. Yeah,
It's just their, you know, I think teams generally with their fives just have a ranking order. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
Oracle 1, Silencer 2, Bane 3, or each team is slightly different, but when it comes to 5, it's just, you know, personal preference for a lot of these teams.
Yeah, I can see it. The bat was banned. I know No Tail played it once in a Drow lineup,
That's correct.
so it's possibly a 5, but it feels weird. It seems a bit too early. Complexity got punished by this in Mumbai a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
They gain a critical game 3. They go with this first 2 bat, and he just gets countered. And there's no longer a lane for the hero. And with the new style, you want to go like bots early, get drums, get like Yules or something. You like just run around all game. You're on map, but it's predicated upon getting ahead. If you don't have a good lane matchup, that is not possible.
Right.
As a support, I actually like haven't seen it enough to really judge properly what its game impact is. But if that's your support duo, I'm already a bit worried about your damage output.
No damage, no real lockdown. Like,
Yeah.
your support Bat Rider, potentially a 5 position. Like, yeah, Lasso is not really a reliable disable level.
Yep. EG banned the Terrorblade out, and that could be it's smart as well. To your point, you know, old Bulba, right?
Yeah.
The one I understood. He probably just giggles and goes doing Terrorblade, but he recognizes, look, they're prioritizing bat. They could be baiting the Terrorblade into this first 2 bat. And they first do the bat anyway, and he's like, yeah, told you guys, and then he bans it out himself because you don't want to pick TB into bat.
Great save for your extremely wrong
I was just,
pick.
I'm like, how
Well-
is he going to spin this so that his TB prediction was actually correct?
It obviously was on their mind. In fact, you can see that they didn't pick it, but it was their next choice. It
Truly.
just happened to be a ban, not a pick.
Unbelievable.
I was 1 slow. Sorry.
Who
Right.
could have
What?
thought that team
Look, dude,
valued
I'm
terribly?
literally like,
You were selling.
you watched.
No, they weren't. Being 1 short as if they like 3rd picked it instead of 2nd picked it. Instead of first 2 picking it, they banned the hero, saying we had 0 interest in
Haven't
playing
you guys been
TV.
watching Game of Thrones, okay? You
Oh, no spoilers
Oh.
here.
No, but like, you know, you look into the fire and read the future, right? So that's what I'm doing, and it gets a little jumbled. It's tough to know like exactly what's happening.
Okay.
You just pick out like you kind of see this little thing. I'm saying I saw it. I just was wrong
Becoming
about
clear,
where it
there's
was.
no actual analysis. You just finding some random voodoo magic stuff.
Yeah.
Unless you make a reference and it's Disney, I don't know what you're talking about. What you should have said is Maleficent looking into her evil crystal ball. All right?
Wait.
Get with the program.
I thought we couldn't. Maleficent is evil. You can't say that.
She is literally a villain according to the lore.
Are you sure?
Maybe not in Kingdom Hearts lore, but that lore is truly messed up. Sorry, Disney.
Whoa.
It's got problems. We'll fix it later. Let's talk about the game. Great games, though. Love them. Let's go into Morphling and Weaver. Okay, so it looks like we're seeing some picks based off these teams. OG has been running Bat Rider. They're one of the only ones. AG's been running some Weaver, too, lately. So these guys have done their research. This is good to know. Powerful heroes, though?
Weaver's always been one of those carries that people thought was, I mean, used to really hard counter Bat Rider in lane. Nowadays, I don't think it's quite as one-sided, but it's still a good matchup.
Yeah,
With
it's
the idea.
you hate playing these 2 heroes against stuff with catch or reach, and Weaver just provides so much support in that regard. You find them, isolate them, throw out bugs, and you can't really turn around and try and kill a Weaver with no real stuns. So
Please tell me this is S4 Puck.
it might be
Oh,
I think it's more like the crib, but
possible.
I'd say.
It's open. It's completely
Yeah,
open
yeah.
because the Doom could still be a support as well, but it's
the
more likely
3-4,
an S4
whether,
build.
yeah.
Hmm.
Puck Doom will be laning in that lane together.
I don't know. When VP actually had these exact same heroes, Puck Doom, they went Doom 5 and Puck. Oh no, it was LGD. I think they went FY Doom
They
and
did.
Puck mid, Puck off lane.
Yeah, they did Necrom.
So that's what I mean. It's like impossible to really know. That's where again, it's like I could talk about it and say, oh, I don't know, but like there isn't really much to go on. There's a lot of possibilities.
It's also like the different. It's not like we're talking about one of them going mid and then one of them going support. It's like they're going to be laning together most likely. The expectation is the 3-4 combo.
But who do you think is better? Let's make some real comments on this panel. Crit or S4? The old gods versus the new.
That's a really easy answer.
Yeah?
Right, Cods?
Who's better? Are we talking about like who's a better puck or who's just a better
Who's
player?
a better puck?
A better Puck. That's a
Crit
score.
or S4? Gods.
I mean, in what context?
You just turned a really hard question into a softball, just saying.
I'm just trying to get any answer, really.
I mean, S4 is the iconic puck player. That's one answer.
But is he better?
I just think Crit's the best player on EG.
Whoa!
I agree.
Which means, maybe he could be comparable on puck to S4 these days. I don't know. I just think Crit is just incredibly talented.
Yes.
He
What a
is,
great answer.
He's like one of the top 5 players in the world right now.
I would
Yep.
say so.
Okay.
Well, we're agreeing on something.
Go on.
Well, this is beautiful. This is what Disneyland is all about.
Yeah.
Two people coming together, finding friendship in the darkest of places in a Dota 2 panel.
Maybe these two teams will leave friends again.
I hope
Yeah.
so.
There's a better chance of
Don't. Think about it. Think about what you're about
Yeah.
to
Big
say.
Crit's at Disney.
Think about
let
it.
me. There's not a very good chance. That's all. That's it. That's all I got.
That's not very Disney magic.
There's a better chance of the Fox and the Hound.
That friendship did work out.
Not at the end. They had
Spoilers.
to, well,
What if I told you about these panels?
God, that movie made me cry when I was a kid.
I hope so. I hope something made you cry as a kid, because right now you're really upsetting me. And I hope you had some kind of trauma.
I actually had a
Troll
really,
Warlord has
really
been picked.
traumatic childhood, yeah.
This is a hero just like PA. People have kind of been figuring it out. We saw it so much in the last major. We haven't seen it too much lately, and it's the same kind of deal. You run up to that troll, you make sure that he can't get out of control. Agree here? Do they have the lineup to pressure that, boys?
I think it
Maybe.
makes sense for OG. It's going to give them a tempo hero. It's a hero for Anik, takes Roshan, kind of ticks some good boxes, but they are picking it early, knowing that it's going to get pseudo countered. But I think Troll is one of those carries you can pick early when not too much is revealed, because it always is going to have a good lane and generally can itemize for whatever the enemy team picks.
And it's also just great against the bat. You deny that as a laning option, and you've already got delivery with the Puck and the Doom. Just like a nice hero. And I think EG right now is putting a lot of emphasis on the laning phase. They feel like if they can win that stage of the game, they're going to be able to collect their W quite easily.
Yeah.
Beast for a bit more tempo. Very good hero against Bane. Really good against Lifestealer too, because you deny the Rage as a survival tool. Again, though, it's the same concern where I feel like there's just too much single target on this draft, and it's really important that the Troll has an incredible game.
Yeah, they need to kind of snowball this one.
Yeah, and I'm also scared whenever I see that no core has the ability to impact the laning phase. Like, if you're going to rotate as a Beastmaster, it's, okay, I'm going to go here and push a tower. But you can't actually gank the lanes, and your supports can't roam either, assuming they're Oracle Bat. It just feels tough. Whereas if Sumail gets like one rune, one good rotation, all of a sudden there's like a level 8 Puck who's a force on the map, and you have no way to kill him.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not going to be Sumail Puck,
It
though.
does feel like OG's last pick is going to be something that can play fast-paced with the Beastmaster, though. Like, at least that's what I'd like to see them pick. Something that can move to lanes with Beastmaster, find some kills, push towers.
And you ban Medusa here, I think, if you're EG for sure.
Yeah.
You just definitely ban Medusa. That hero is so busted right now. I think behind Drow, Medusa is like second best, just super strong. Naga's a nice ban too. Doom is ineffective. Lifestealer gets beaten by Naga as well. And
No.
it gives what?
I'm a little behind the times. Why is Medusa so strong? What's her big deal?
One of the few heroes in the meta that's still got a damage talent. It's really good, level 10.
Okay.
You farm the triple camp super efficiently.
Mm.
Mystic Snake talent is just busted.
Yeah.
And you naturally itemize to be incredibly durable by just buying the items that you increase your farming speed and damage output. Plus, you have massive BKB piercing teamfight with your R button.
I'd say it's also like just a hero that's kind of straightforward to build a game plan around.
Yeah.
Like, okay, here's this tanky frontliner. The ease of execution is there, which is, even when you're best teams in the world, it's nice to have something that's easy to execute.
Oh.
Wow. Insta-lock right there for the Monkey King, surprisingly enough.
I think Monkey's been a bit underpicked.
Hmm?
There was one game earlier today, Vici Gaming won a gaming with it. They kind of snowballed.
Yep, Vici's been running Monkey King actually a lot. It's one of their signature heroes for a couple months now, but not too many other people catching on. It looks like OG, though, got the memo. Why in this game, though? Is Monkey any good against Lifestealer? And
Gives you team fight. Pretty decent against Lifestealer. You know, long range interrupt for the Bane grip.
Yeah, and when you're this like lineup that wants to just like, you know, play this fast tempo, take objectives, take Roshan, this Wukong's command is a great way to like deter EG from fighting into you.
Yep.
If you're at the Roche pit and there's a monkey there, you're like, well, if we go, he's just going to Wukong and destroy us. Similar thing, you know, like if you do get that snowball going, you're pushing high ground.
Yep.
Troll is kind of hard to siege with. When you're getting chipped away, you're getting peeled, as you like to say. Monkey King kind of zones people away.
Yep. And I like the Lesh pick from EG. That's going to be Sumel's. And yeah, he will pick it up. I think this is a pattern EG falls into a bit that I'm not super sold on, where they win with this hero, with Sumel specifically, they just pick it again. Or they let him dictate their game too. Like I think the last major where he was just like, I want Quap, picks Quap, like terrible, like they lost the game. It just feels like a bit of a throwaway. Here, I love the synergy with Doom Lifestealer. I think it's all about the laning phase once again. If Sumel can rock Thompson for a second consecutive game, I think they take this. Otherwise, 50-50.
Well, great analysis. Thank you very much, Kyle. Gods, feeling anything? Real quick?
No, I think it's a more even draft. At least for OG, I think it's something that's going to be a bit more well-suited to playing. The Thompson Monkey King, it's a classic, and I think it gives him a better lane mid against Sumail on a hero that he's just very confident on.
Okay. Well, our analysts have decided that, yet again, we're probably going to see a close game, but will it be? I sure hope so. We had a great Game 1, and Game 2 is looking to be just as exciting. But why guess when we could find out so shortly? Small little break, and we'll be right back for this game with Odie Pixel and Tsunami. Oh.
Observing is something where I feel like I would actually push the whole craft forwards. I could give people something that they would enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another game. Game 2 of EG versus OG. I'm Odie Pixel here with Tsunami once again for this one. And Game 1 was quite enjoyable back and forth. Did certainly end with EG looking to be the dominant side, taking that victory. Tsunami, the second game, different drafts, different heroes. What are we reckoning from the off?
Thompson is finally going to be able to play something that's Thompson's style. Kyle alluded towards, yeah, you know, maybe Sumil will be able to rock Thompson again. There is a entirely different, you know, mindset between rocking a Thompson Pango versus rocking a Thompson Monkey King. This is a different beast, and a hero that will actually be relevant as a damage-dealing force later in the game. Actually, we got something going on.
Yep, it's crit. He's going to take the level 1 Scorched Earth for this one. He's ready to chase down Anna and get...
Oh, that's what you're talking about. I'm talking about Bot.
Well, hang on.
I'm talking about this Beastmaster Boar and his Oracle being able to get a kill.
We thought we were going to see first blood up top. It wasn't the case. It was down bottom. OG, Jerax, he's the one getting it. They do get the kill, of course, up top, but not before OG got it themselves.
And yet again, EG are like, all right, fine, whatever. You can get first blood. We'll get all 4 bounty runes instead.
Oh, they'll take that. That's a trade worth having. Notes out. We run down here by Crit. Crit's get the sticky napalm stacking up on him a little bit. Got the 4 of them.
So, in some situations, a 5-position Batrider would be a real surprise, but OG have run this before, and as a result, it does seem like EG are prepared for it. Bulba, I'm sure, had notes on what to do, and while there's nothing like specifically situational against it, like, oh, let's like get like a Nyx Assassin or something like that, you don't really need to prepare that heavily for a Batrider. You just need to know, a 5-position Batrider, you just need to know that it's going to happen. So they drafted accordingly, and we'll see what No-Tail's capable of on it. Like, it's not like, well, actually, Crit has picked up a stick very, very early on, as is S4, so they are aware of what to expect, at least.
And we'll see what sort of impact he has from this position, and how much he can do in terms of making space for Ana to find the farm on this top lane. S4, well, let's use the orb to jump back a bit, as he did start to get those stacks built up upon him. Bottom lane, Arteezy already backing up, having to pop the first salve against this lane, and Seb and Jarek so far doing a good job of controlling the farm down bottom in this 2v2. And lane, of course, will be the interesting one as well. Last game, game 1, we did see Sumail get a significant lead in farm against Topson. This time round, with the heroes being as they are, though, unlikely to see sort of the same story happen, and a definite chance for Topson to break ahead earlier this time.
Yeah, and a hero who will hopefully be able to do some sort of pick-off thing. Like, Pango, I don't know, it did not feel very Topson-y, and the way that he was playing it was also not a way that I would have expected. Like, him going the utility build.
Sure, especially when it's a mid-Pango.
Exactly. I was expecting, like, oh, you know, like Maelstrom Javelins.
Yeah, you get an early Javelin,
exactly.
Start walking around, start shredding people, but no, yeah. And it didn't work out.
Yeah, and that may have been the reason why Ana felt so much pressure to initiate all the time. So this
Sure.
game, you know, Seb may not have been able to get very many RPs off, but he doesn't have to deal with the silencer this time. So Primal Roar, pretty autopilot against a Lifestealer, goes into Rage, just roar him, stun him through his spell immunity, or, you know, maybe break Bane's Fiend's Grip channel. He's going to have a lot more options available. He will hopefully be a little bit more useful, is a bit bold to say, but, you know, hopefully he'll find more utility this game.
So far, looking across the maps in terms of farm, very even. Just sort of the puck that's a little, yeah, about a wave behind. Up on the top lane, S4. Not the biggest of worries for him, at least for now.
Yeah, his lane partner has decided to go down bot. His Crit prowling around. Has Hellbear Smasher, so he could get the clap off if they think they can find an opening. But Oracle Beastmaster is not a very easy target.
No, for sure.
And this is an Oracle with boots as well. Both heroes have boots on the side of OG in this offlane, so they're pretty maneuverable.
Yeah, you try and go on anyone with any sort of early point in open wounds, it's going to be removed.
Exactly, yeah, that's
It's
too.
pretty much impossible to make a play, unless OG overextend down here underneath the tower. But as it's been, Seb and Jarex have been able to hold the lane in a good position. Make sure that Seb can get that easy farm as the Beastmaster without any threat, even with EG having the 3 members down here. It's going to mean that S4 can pick up some solo XP, as long as he doesn't get everything denied. And No-Tail's doing a good job of keeping eyes on the puck, making sure that S4 is pressured away from the wave and cannot stay close enough as Ana is able to hold that lane in prime position as the Troll, 22 and 10. Barely missing a CS at this point because of the easy lane that has been set up for him up top.
Yeah, I don't really blame Crit for leaving, because even though it does look like S4 is getting hassled, which is true, what is a Doom going to do to help against a Batrider? You're just going to be there stealing experience from the puck. Neither are you going to be able to stop him from farming his Thompson. Scoops the double damage down.
He gets it before Crit's able to grab it. Doesn't manage to get the third hit into the stun. And in fact, talking about stun, Sumail gets his own off. There's the boundless strike, but in fact, Thompson, he's dead. Actually opts to running. Maybe if he boundless had that lifesteal, gets a hit off, could have maybe manned up against it, but it wasn't the case. He's dead.
I mean, to be fair, he survived on like a sliver of HP after that auto attack, so he was like, I'm just going to get, you know, as much damage on this Doom as I can before I die. And then he's like, oh, I'm not dead. Now I'm going to get my Jingu stack. Well, this is awkward.
It's a dead Thompson.
It's not often you see him miss Split Earths. See him miss Mischief timings like that, especially against a spell so telegraphed as a Split Earth. But you know, it's a very, very small window. We have a high standard for Thompson. As now No-Tail, he's not going to be able to dodge a Split Earth.
No, he's not. And it's a lot harder nowadays, you know, with the Mischief. You know, but just being able to dodge the damage, not the disable.
I mean, but he's a TI winner, you know. That's all I'm saying.
Every bit of damage does count. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. If that damage didn't hit, could have had the chance to last that, but he didn't, and he said it's 3-1. Farm continuing to be very good for the Troll. Ana up top is going to have that bit of a head on Arteezy's Lifestealer. Down bottom though, Arteezy's going to try to move forwards onto Seb, but he's already lost Fly by his side. He has to be careful, Arteezy. Cannot stand anywhere closer to the two of them. It's a strong duo lane from OG, and we're certainly seeing that.
In mid lane, Sumail is trying to do some fancy footwork around this Firefly.
Oh, No-Tail is going to die. Sumail will fall. Thompson jumps in, but Fly, can he do anything in terms of getting Thompson in return? Thompson trying his best to juke around the trees. Got the Nightmare to set up. It's going to allow Crit to walk in, and Thompson's gone. A Sad Eye Blast finishes off the job, and they will kill Thompson. Same time, though, Ana did manage to get S4 up top. So we're seeing sort of Thompson die in the middle lane, but definitely the biggest worry so far in the 6 minutes, the strongest here on the map, it is that Troll Warlord.
Yeah, and Arteezy is having an interesting build. He's got Orb of Venom Chainmail right now. I can't say I've been watching like Arteezy's pubs or anything. I don't know what his traditional Lifestealer build is, but I don't really see this very frequently, like a casual Chainmail. And I'm assuming it's, I don't know, the armor's as mid lane actually, Thompson. No, again.
Even with those dodges, you're saving a bit of the damage, but the stun, you cannot dodge it. He's gone.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you know, a few patches ago. If I say a few patches ago, that feels like a few years ago.
Yeah. He would have just been able to get out scot-free.
He would have been able to play his way out, but not anymore.
Touch him.
Gaben says no.
It's probably for the best.
The silence onto Ana. He's in a lot of trouble here, and yeah, he's gone. There's nowhere to play his way out of that. Doesn't have the ult skilled yet.
Yeah.
Even then, I mean, maybe he's able to bring someone down low, but he's still going to die to a 3-man movement by that. Did not have Jerax quite close enough on support backup. And that's a big one to shut down. As we say, Ana's pretty much been having a free game for this first 7.5 minutes. EG, they make a simple move. They take him off the map.
EG are being, like, in game one in this game, they're so good at knowing when these carries are isolated. And they, like, I don't think that it's based off of good vision or anything. I think it's just based off of game sense that they just know that, like, oh, it's probably isolated right now. In the mid lane they knew, and now...
And they go for him again.
Although
It's going to be the backup, and TP's coming in.
Nope.
Diving underneath the tower for this, but straight away Jerax gets burst out of the game. Crit has to be careful as Thompson comes in with a boundless strike down onto the turret. The Axis as well, slowing them up. But Ana has to be so careful. He's so low. He gets burst again. And now Thompson, he's got to be very careful. He's up on the trees, jumping away. They're trying their best to deforest the area and find the Monkey King. Won't be the case. Thompson does escape. But EG, 8 minutes in, making these aggressive moves, getting their cores in favorable positions, knocking Ana out of that top lane twice in quick succession.
Now he has to do the walk of shame whenever he respawns to some other lane as they find No-Tail trying to cut the wave.
They've got him as well. Another kill to be found for EG. 10-4. These 8 minutes. Mid lane Thompson's going to jump forward and look for Fly, but Fly, he has a Nightmare. There's also a TP available for the puck. Jerax will be able to get him out of the Nightmare, and Thompson does escape. Good job he did so as well. S4 did have the Dream Coil available if Thompson stuck around underneath the tower. Space will be there down bottom for Seb whilst all the chaos is going on elsewhere. Seb does finish off the tier 1. EG continuing to posture, ready to make these moves. They have 4 heroes around this mid lane, 2 of them invading the jungle of OG.
Oh, I'm dumb. The chainmail turned into phase boots. Lol. Okay, never mind. I know what it is on the Lifestealer. Yeah. Okay. So the fact that EG is being so active right now with Lifesteal, like he's not even looking for infest targets or anything like that. He showed up to kill the mid lane whenever Thompson was on the run. He's pushing up top. He's able to take that tower. It's kind of putting OG in a weird spot because they don't feel any lane is comfortable right now. Like Seb has been able to successfully take down the bot tier 1, but now Monkey King and Troll Warlord are kind of wondering, like they're competing over farm almost, and now Thompson has to create some room.
Some out. Just try to break down the trees. Thompson's already moving around too much. In fact, he is going to commit for this. He has Seb and Jerax with him. The boundless strike onto the 2 of them. They'll pick up the 3 bounty runes so far. OG getting the bounty rune advantage. We'll see if they can find kills as well. They get the hold down onto Doom, but Doom, he's got the ult available. He turns straight away onto the Monkey King. Thompson's got to back away. S4 in with the 2-man Dream Coil. No-Tail and Seb in trouble. Seb cannot kill off Crit. Seb's dead, and so's No-Tail. They get the 2 supports. Arteezy in the river is able to finish off Thompson with the Doom down upon him. Thompson had nothing else to throw into the fight. As OG, they just end up throwing 3 of their lives away. Looking for that fight. Thompson wanting to commit, and it's always a dangerous place. They're close to the shrine. You know that a counterplay is going to come in, especially with how EG's been playing so far today. And they sort of, they pushed their bets, OG. They tried to go for that, and it didn't end up working. EG more than ready to respond.
Yeah, it's a rough 10-minute bounty rune fight, and Lifesteal was able to participate in nearly all of that, so he gets a ton of experience as well. It's oftentimes on the shoulders of Ana that OG is like, okay, we're fine as long as Ana is being able to farm up. But it's not going to be as easy on a Troll Warlord. Again, like in Game 1 we saw that Topson was not really able to assist Ana in damage dealing. And so a few deaths here and there on a Monkey King, that can start really holding back your carry potential.
Especially when it's this Troll that is going for the Battle Fury, you're playing for the farm, trying your best to keep up with this Midas Lifestealer. Topson out. Rundown will be there onto Jax. Does manage to dodge the stun. Goes for the false promise upon himself, and with the heals from the Shrine being doubled up, he won't die. Jax will survive. And Seb, from that bottom lane to the mid lane, he's just prioritizing, taking objectives, getting the pressure on, forcing some sort of a reaction from EG. That will be the case. Sumail and Arteezy, seeing if they can catch out No-Tail. No-Tail with the Firefly is able to get himself out of vision into the pit and over, back towards the jungle. They can't slow him down, they can't catch him. Sumail will be able to get a very juicy rune for himself, though, regen rune into the bottle for the Leshrac.
And this is when the 5-position Batrider really starts suffering, because normally you have a position 5 who's, level 4. They can at least be marginally useful with some sort of crowd control. Really all No-Tail provides is an irritating slow/turn speed modification, and then he can kind of cut waves and not really care too much if he dies for it. But he's not level 6 yet, he's not even level 5 yet, and so OG are attempting to make these moves, but they can't really threaten EG. It's more of a bluff.
EG will make sure that OG do stop beating down on the middle tower. And Arteezy just continuing to do an impeccable job of finding the right places to be. Always in a position where he's getting this lane farm, and OG aren't making plays against him. They're moving into the jungle of EG. They won't find Arteezy's Lifestealer. He's elsewhere.
Yeah.
We'll see if they find anything at all. It doesn't look like it. EG, again, incredibly prepared for each attempt from OG. They're grouped up around the tier 1. If you're OG, you're very unlikely to get on top of any of these members of EG without losing the trade yourselves. They are going to try, at least moving forward with the Oracle. Jax will get a deep ward down. He's going to move towards this tier 1. Another ward down as well. Will be under that sentry, though, from EG.
The thing is, Vision hasn't really been holding them back, because they have Hawk, and it hasn't really been like, oh, okay, now that we have really aggressive wards, now we'll be able to find Lifesteal or something like that. Really, the problem is, like you said, like, how do you even start to kill these EG heroes without a roar to really initiate things? It's not easy.
Look at this.
Wounds.
Up top, I mean, Arteezy fully baiting Topson in there, saying, please hit me, please get the Jingu Mastery stacks up. Topson, he absolutely fell for it. He went straight for the kill. Response is there. I mean, that, you sort of look at that from an outsider, that's a very obvious bait from Arteezy, but Topson falls for it.
At the minimum, OG are able to claim a bot tier 2, but I really don't like Topson having to give up his life like this, because, I mean, maybe they have a grand plan, but I feel like that's what really held them back in Game 1, is just the fact that Topson was tossing his life away. And while Ana was being able to get a lot out of it, and in this situation, OG are able to take bot tier 2 as they get a roar on Bane.
They do. But Fly, he's still alive. I mean, he's able to brain sap the ball, but he's not even going to die. That's a roar expended on a support that you don't even kill. And EG, they've got the Dream Card down onto the two of them. S4 heads in. Ana's there on the high ground, so EG do have to be a little careful. They do not have Arteezy for this fight. Sumail being focused, the root's down onto the two of them. Sumail will actually get, fortunately, Flame broken back to safety as he's now underneath the tier 1 tower. Like turns for the Fiend's Grip attempt out. Do they have the damage follow-up to kill that Beastmaster? That lovely lightning bounces and the Shockwave. Sumail and Crit working in harmony there to follow up the Fiend's Grip, get the kill onto Seb. There's the stun as well, out onto this Stroll, who has been saved for now by the false promise, but he's taking heavy damage. He's surely going to pop after it ends as the blast comes in. Up to the high ground they go. A double kill for Crit, as himself with that Shockwave throwing it out numerous times in the fight, getting those 2 kills. Really nice play there from EG as a whole. And mid lane, Arteezy, he's just going to casually walk away. There's not anything that these 2 heroes can do about it.
This is one of the rare situations that you are okay dooming the main carry whenever there's an Oracle on the team. Because the cheese here is that you're able to activate Battle Trance and you'll survive after the false premise ends. But if you're doomed the whole time, you will not be able to cast your ultimate as a Troll Warlord. So this is a fantastic situation for a Doom to be in, because much as we saw in the previous game, Oracle was not able to do very much dealing with Global Silence, and here he will be able to get his spells off, but even then, being effective with them is a whole different story.
It's definitely hard. 16 minutes in, 16-4, 5k lead for EG. Game 1 was close for the most part. Got to a point where EG lost 2 racks, and then we were able to turn and take the game. The power of Arteezy. This time around, this game 2, EG certainly feels like they're taking over that a little bit earlier. This game is going to be a hard climb for OG to really get their cores back into the game. The lead that EG has very early on.
Yeah, and unlike last game, OG do not have like a Magnus in power to really help bring people up to speed. They're pretty much having to rely on their farming capabilities. Like Ana, he's going for a Battle Fury, so at least that'll help out somewhat. But Arteezy's much closer to his Radiance than he really should be. But you know, he's been playing it very, very carefully. He's been participating in kills, and hasn't died a single time. 1-0-1.
He really hasn't. Bottom lane, Sumail. Found Ana. Ana does have the battle chance. Full turn. Sumail has already used the Yules, but he keeps himself at a distance. Woohoo! He's going to die. Ana will go down and return. So they get the 1-for-1. Crit being focused by Seb. S4's there on the side, though. S4, he's got this DD rune. He's punching quite nicely. The stacks will be built up. Phase shift going to be used early. Has the silence to stop the boundless, but it doesn't matter. OG, they'll pick up the kills. Seb's in with the double, and this time they do outnumber EG.
Very well played by OG. I think Leshrac was expecting the Doom to help him. Unfortunately, Beastmaster showed up, roared the Doom, and was like, no, you're not finishing off my Battle Trance Troll Warlord. And Leshrac's like, kind of need another hero to tank this Battle Trance for me, but no one was showing up, and OG quickly converged on the location.
And worth mentioning, of course, both teams having a core rushing for that Radiance. Arteezy very close to his. Topson with the Monkey King build, going for the phase into Radiance.
Okay.
Something that we have seen before. And does allow sort of this hero that you're going to imagine is going to be on the front lines the most of the time to just have that extra sort of burn, that extra farm potential.
Right, even just with the Wukong's command.
Exactly, the reach of the burn.
It's immense.
Everybody's going to be on fire. Around the pit, EG. Wanting to push back, take this tier 1 mid. Ana, hit the Battle Fury timing, 18 minutes in. It's there.
And the thing is, with a Monkey King Radiance, it doesn't necessarily need to be a farming item, because if it was like a Troll Battle Fury and then like a Monkey King Battle Fury, that's very concerning, because EG are going to start pressing the issue before those heroes will have time to be like, oh, you know, we'll farm up in the jungle and take advantage of our Radiances or Battle Furies or whatever. Monkey King can use his to fight with very effectively, and again, buy more time for Ana has consistently been the name of the game for OG.
It's Topson on the prowl for anyone who dares step out.
S4 steps out.
It's there, onto the puck. S4's gone. OG getting these.
Oh, here are the Chad wheels. Where's this OG been?
They're getting back in. The hotkeys are working once again.
Yeah, they were suspiciously quiet. Last basically like 40 minutes of game time that we've seen them in game 1, and now this game, it's been all quiet, but you know, they're starting to get their groove back a little bit. Only 1k net worth disadvantage, despite the kill score not looking as much in their favor. They're still doing a good job at farming up on their cores.
And these big item timings continue. 19.5 minutes in, Radiance is done for the Lifestealer. Seb's got his Necro Book level 2. I only imagine with the way things are going, Topson is also going to have his Radiance at a very comparable timing to Arteezy's Lifestealer. Must be pretty soon around the corner.
Yeah, he's about to have the relic completed in 800 gold, and he already bought out the recipe.
To the
20-minute fight.
About to come in S4. He's quick with the coil onto 2. They get the silence, the doom, the grip, everything onto Ana. The false promise is there from Jerax. Trying to do his best to keep this Troll Warlord safe. EG, they will continue to chase forward. Crit leading him with the Scorched Earth. They're on top of the Troll. Ana is gone. Jax as well will fall.
These dooms, man. This poor Troll Warlord. Although, I actually don't even know if that was a better fight than the last time they tried to fight on the EG high ground for the bounty rune. The true test if OG can actually win this game is if they are able to bully EG out of their own shrine rune. But so far, not going to be the case. Troll goes down, Oracle goes down, and Notail has to solo defend, but I don't really think it's going to happen.
EG, let's see if they can get a catch on anyone else, but Seb, he's out there at a distance. Thompson, he's the one they really need to start turning up, and he will do now. He's got the Radiant stun, he's immediately TPing over to the Shrine. He's trying to get himself straight in, but Sumail was prepared for the stun. Thompson does get the Wukong's command down, but they've lost Notail on the bat. Thompson, he's sticking down low. Jarex is trying to keep him alive with the magic immunity, but Arteezy is on top of them with the right clicks. Thompson, he's running. Seb's there, slowing down Arteezy, at least with the boar and such. Arteezy will be held away from Thompson. Thompson's still alive for now. He's ticking down low to the Spirit Vessel, but Jarex is there to keep him safe. Back in OG's jungle, Ana, he's being focused. The coil's down onto Jarex. Jarex silenced as well. The waiting wrist out, but Ana's going to work on the puck. The puck's dead, but OG, they've lost 3 in total. It's looking like it's going to be another as well, as Ana held down. Thompson does manage to pick off the kill onto Sumail after the fight ends, and will be able to jump away on a slither of HP. Does escape, but OG losing the 3 heroes. They do get 2 cores nonetheless.
Oh,
Thompson, the greed! Jumps down to the lane, does get hit by the Spirit Vessel. I don't think it'll be quite enough to finish him off. He will be fine, does manage to get away, but playing on the edge there, Thompson.
Yeah, OG, they, again, like, the initiation is just so peculiar. So Seb this time roared out the Doom, which is understandable. Doom was on the low ground, meanwhile the rest of EG were on the high ground. But the problem is that Thompson took way too much burst damage. After Sumail read that TP was going to come in on the Shrine, he was prepped for the Monkey King to show up. And then Thompson just had to spend the entire fight running around while getting Spirit Vesseled the entire time. So couldn't even really take advantage of his tree dance, and Oracle needed to help out the Monkey King. Ana did what he could with the Battle Trance, but he needs the rest of his team. No matter what stage of the game, a Troll needs the rest of his team to be useful. And just despite it being on OG's side of the map, they weren't prepared. Still signs of life, though. More so than what we saw in like the first 15 minutes of the game.
Oh, for sure. Thompson, after the Radiance, going for the Manta. Making sure that he can make the most out of the Radiance with those Manta illusions. And also having those ways to outplay some of the point target spells, some of the silences available on EG's lineup.
And hopefully purge off that Spirit Vessel also, so that Oracle doesn't have to be like, okay, I'll help you.
Because ideally, OG, I want to have the focus of Jarex being there for Ana's Troll. And
Beastmaster.
talking about, well, Seb, for his last game, some of the cores of OG getting caught out. EG finding these kills up top. Notail, he's going to go for the lasso onto Arteezy. The grip is there from Fly onto Notail. Notail has Jarex, Ana, and Thompson. As Notail says, I've got new friends now. As Fly is dead. Get rid of the Bane.
So that's the advantage of a 5-position Batrider. You saw Bane was just like, I will turn around and nightmare you. But so unfortunately that turn speed so molasses slow, and he was not able to get it off, although it is just a support kill. But they're at least intimidating EG to an extent, whereas in the previous game, whenever EG started getting going, it was very difficult for OG to put the fear inside of EG, because Fly was just able to get the most luxury global silences as necessary, whereas this time, I think EG are going to have to put in a little bit more work to outplay OG, especially this Monkey King. Thompson is just being so slippery.
Sumail. As this Invis rune he is, who does he have nearby? He has the Doom in the neighborhood. Finds the lead in with the stun, allows Crit to close the gap with the Doom, and this is Troll all alone. The Invis rune allowing that setup. They even get Jarex as well. Straight up onto the high ground, EG find 2.
Let's see if they can put a lock on all 4 of these bounty runes, because bottom one probably won't be contested. Problem is, Thompson is starting to push out bot lane, and he's going to make his way to the tier 3 tower, so someone has to come defend it. It's going to be Doom. And actually, instead of going for runes, they're going for Rosh.
Okay.
Or maybe a little bit of both.
And we will see Fly at least head out the pit up to the high ground to grab one of the bounties. Elsewhere, Seb takes one.
Okay, they stopped going for Rosh. I was like, that doesn't seem
It's a little
easy.
scary, especially when there's a Monkey King still alive.
Right.
Radiant's Wukong's command can be a little tricks to fight around in those close confined positions, such as the Roche pit.
Yeah, thankfully they have some ways of finding him. The illusory orb is an amazing resource to find a Monkey King hiding in the trees. Now we got to smoke up on OG.
See if Noto can find a grab. Of course, as a support baddie,
He
he's
does not
relying
have a
on
blink
a
dagger.
Tranquils and a Windlace to close the game.
Oh, and he killed a ward, so his tranquils are broken also.
OG. Definitely the line. I mean, both lineups can take this Roche. Both teams, of course, not wanting to let any chance of their opponents getting a hand on it. They know that either side is going to be after this for now. As EG have the high ground, OG sending Jerax forward. Smoke's going to wear off. They're trying to get the wraparound. Notel still looking for an angle to find a lesser from the trees. Nice. He does manage to find it. S4 instantly reacts. The silence and the coil down. Notel's going to be saved though. False promise is there for Jerax. That's Samael dead. They'll move in the Wukong's command down, burning all of EG. Fly surely will fall, and he does. That's a Bane dead as well. They lose Notel, but they get 2 kills. Anna's in on the front line. He's trying with the ult, but that's him dead gone. They didn't have to save for him because Jerax had to save Notel earlier, and now Jerax has been left alone. EG will strike back hard. As Seb falling down, he's gone. OG will lose the fight. As OG making that aggressive move, but EG quick with the response once again. Samael, no hesitation with the buyback. They know that they're fighting on an area of the map where they will have that map position advantage. They know if they get that fight, they are going to get Roshan, and it certainly looks like they'll do so with ease. Into the pit they are. OG, they have 3 dead. Only Notel and Thompson alive. We'll see if they go for any funny business in terms of trying to steal the Aegis or the kill, but Crit's on the hunt.
He cut down all the trees, so Thompson isn't even like a possibility at this point. Not that it was going to happen, but yeah, Notel trying his best. He's just going to cut the wave now. That's the kind of initiation that OG needed, and I don't blame them for going to a high ground fight, as the Aegis will go the way of Leshrac, because you have a Monkey King, you have a Bat Rider, you have Hawk. You have so much of a vision advantage that EG respected it. They were like, okay, we're not going to stay near the river. We're going to back off a little bit. And Lasso came back, but Lasso came on to Leshrac, but quick reactions from S4 to keep Notel in position so he can't drag that Leshrac down. And he's basically saying you have to fight on our high ground. And so EG were able to buy back on the Leshrac, finish him off. And it's just too much to ask from one Oracle to save 4 different heroes.
Because you always know there's a big chance that the fight's going to go down south if your Oracle is having to save, or at least decides to keep the bat alive, this position 5 bat, when you have this Troll and Monkey King that they're going to be on the front lines. As soon as the bat's been false promised, you've got to be so careful about how you continue that fight, and OG, they just weren't. Anoaz heading in, fighting past that high ground area towards the tier 2 on the top lane of EG. It was always going to be a fight where they are going to get pincered in by EG, and EG taking the fight, taking the objectives, tier 2 tower in the top lane getting pressured now as well. As EG maintain that advantage, 30-13, 7k lead, 28 minutes in.
And again, the itemization has just been really on point for EG. It's going to be Aeon Disc on the Leshrac, so even though he got bursted really quickly with that lasso in the previous fight, that's not going to be a possibility afterwards. So he's prepared. And yet again, Arteezy on a perfect game. 3-0-10 right now on this lifestealer. Who's chilling inside of Crit, who has a Blink Dagger and a Centaur Stomp.
There we have it. In they go. They found Anna. Anna does have the back, but Jerax, false promise will come in. They have the low sail lasso too. Dragging down one. Fiend's Grip holding Anna in place, though, will mean he'll surely pop after the false promise. There's no escape for him. Anna will buy back. Samael diving the tower here. Finishes off Jerax's Oracle, and Samael, he's even keeping that Aegis safe. It won't need to be expended for now. He'll run back in. He doesn't care if he dies.
More mana.
Falls. 2 buybacks have come out from OG, but EG, they're still keeping the fight going very well in their half. Seb's falling down as the Spirit Vessel. S4 jumps in. Seb has to get back to the side. A Boundless Strike comes down onto the 3 of them, though, and that's finished off 2. Double kill for Anna as he has the damage to follow up. Flies in trouble as the slows there from Thompson. 3 are dead on EG. This time it's OG with the buyback, swinging the situation around.
There we go. This is what I want to see. All right, Monkey King finally entering the game. What a Boundless Strike on 3 of those heroes. And Leshrac, he was doing laps, and it looked good. I mean, with his BOT move speed, but he needed to die because he was completely out of mana, so he joined back into the fight. Problem is, it was a little bit too close to the shrine, so buyback on the Oracle and buyback on the Troll Warlord, which are expensive buybacks, but remember that Leshrac himself bought back, which is why he's dead for another minute after that
It's a long
fight
time.
ends.
And OG's got good push. They have this Beastmaster. Seb with the Necro books. He's ready to run down lane.
And 2 siege creeps in the mid lane as well. You got the Vlads. This is going to start getting very, very dangerous.
They're going to be up to the high ground here. Tier 3 is certainly in danger. Maybe the Rax as well. Fortification will be popped by EG. OG.
They don't have like any wave clear aside from the puck.
Take this tier 3 tower. S4 trying his best to burst them back. Boundless strikes out. Thompson, he's jumping straight in, looking towards Fly. Crits in with the stomp. And the Infernal Blades. Dream calls there onto the 3 of them. But OG, they have the Wukong's command out from Thompson, making it very hard for S4 to get in. Jump in from Zeb. The Roar's out onto the puck, but do they have the damage? He's got the Necro Pucks on him with the phase shift. He's still alive on the puck. S4 will stay safe, but OG got what they came for. They got the full set of racks in the middle lane, and they back out without losing anybody.
Yeah, just be happy with that. No-Tail actually ended up lassoing the puck, otherwise that would have been, lassoing the puck's Lincolns, and otherwise that would have been even worse for EG, but they're able to get out cleanly, and that roar on the puck seemed a bit optimistic, but thankfully OG back off, disciplined, and what a turnaround. They're still down in net worth, they're still down in kills.
But they got a Rax.
They got a Rax, and freaking OG doesn't even have tier 2 towers claimed yet.
Yeah, they're sort of overall half of the map still looking well fortified and defended with the towers they have up.
Even game 1, game 2, like, it doesn't really seem clear which team has an advantage at any given moment. They're just toying with each other, it seems. But right now, it does seem like OG have got a good handle on things, and No-Tail is starting to become more and more useful with his 5-position Batrider. Still has not gotten a Blink Dagger yet. But I don't really know if that's his plan anyway. He's got a drum completed. He just needs to be a threat. I mean, Puck had to build a Lincolns for the Roar and a 5-position Batrider.
It's top lane, No-Tail. Just looking towards Arteezy, Thompson, and Seben. Now around. It's a little too far for them to chase. EG more than prepared. S4 TP'd over to be the helping hand to give Arteezy that safety. That's them out. Space down bottom will be there for him. Pushing out, just trying to get that Shiva's Guard complete. As the plate melt, 1400 towards the Mystic Staff and the recipe.
I'm actually pretty curious what Arteezy is going to go for his 25. A lot of times, Lifestealer's 25 is a huge spike because 2 seconds on Rage is great. This game, it's not really that useful. But also the feast damage doesn't seem particularly useful either. I don't know. Oh, okay, actually Ana has gone for a Satanic, so it is pretty nice. There's a lot of HP that you can feast off of. But we'll see what his plan is.
Arteezy with that AC. And Basher, he certainly hits hard.
But how much harder can he hit? He's approaching 6-slotted status. He's going for the Abyssal Blade next, so definitely going to help out.
Of course, worth noting, once again, it is another match where Arteezy is yet to die. Flawless showing so far on the Lifestealer, like we've seen many times today from Arteezy.
Dire scan scopes out this smoke. OG are immediately going to migrate north. Hopefully they don't leave Oracle behind, though.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
Oh, they see pings. They see this Oracle.
And Arteezy, he's found Jerax. Straight on him, as you say, getting that wraparound onto that key support that OG need to allow their cause to fight. Jerax gone for 70. A perfect way for EG to open up potential to find more, and they're looking for it.
Oh, and Crit's creeping on Ana.
He has Doom available, and he certainly will drop it if he can. The Fog will come into play as Ana.
The rest of the team is converging. I don't know if Ana will feel safe TPing at any point.
Yeah, is there any chance of escape? Back towards mid, Thompson does find the Wukong's command down to Fly.
Ana's.
But this is certainly the bigger catch. Getting this troll, Ana alone. Arteezy comes in for a bit of the glory, XP and gold. And Ana is dead. 100 seconds, no troll, no buyback.
Yeah, that's rough. That's extremely rough because Roche has potential to respawn in 20 seconds. Lasso on the Lifestealer.
I mean,
but into what?
Yeah.
Taking him on a little test drive.
That definitely was a lasso for what?
You want to go on this side of the map?
I mean,
I'll take you.
Maybe he's into that, you know. Tie him down and I go, hey, I go out there. What's he doing? No time.
Sometimes it just feels good to be able to lasso lifestealer because those opportunities don't often come.
Sure. I mean, we said you got to hold back the emotion.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No tell.
I mean, Jerax is sponsored by OpenAI. He's og.jerax.ai. He's playing like a robot. But it's not a very smart robot.
Dire's courier has been
Be careful.
killed.
Courier's dead.
Okay.
S4. He'll take it. He's
JJ,
a
what was
courier.
on that?
There was nothing.
There was nothing.
There was nothing. But still, it's a courier.
It's a courier.
It's about sending a message. No, OG, they can't send themselves items.
Radiant's bottom
Tops him.
tower is
Skadi's
under
done.
attack.
2300 gold. We'll see what he goes for next. Of course, with the Skadi, very nice as well. Get that balance, the Wukong's out. You're going to be slowing down a lot of people, especially through that magic community, through that rage. It's nice. The slows can come into play. Make that a little harder for RTC to lock down on a target.
EG trying to establish control before this next Rosh comes up. Start planning some aggressive wards in the northern jungle and see if they can find a pickoff.
This wraparound could be pretty painful for OG. There's no tail. Fireflies
Oh,
forward.
He
S4.
knows.
He's got Arteezy inside him. Jump forward. They get the coil out onto the two, and then the bashes are out. Jerax is dead. Wukong's command will be there towards the mid to try and separate the fight. They'll go for the Roar out onto Arteezy, but Arteezy's still with S4. They're good to go. Arteezy does get knocked up to the high ground with a flame break, so he cannot get back into the engagement.
It may have been a good thing because Troll just TP'd into that shrine.
They'll go for the Rage TP out, and he's away. There's nothing to cancel it. Lasso's not back, and neither is the Roar.
Yeah, if he was actually able to get out, he would have caught a face full of honest Troll Warlord, who is now on the run. They want to fight.
Sumail just get the lightning slow onto No-Tail.
They really just don't want to give up this half of the map. Because as soon as they go on their side of the river, OG's like, sweet, it's our chance to start establishing some vision before the next Rosh. So really, EG are just kind of bullying them. That, no, you're not allowed to know what's going on over here. You just stick to your half of the map.
We can certainly feel that. And it always feels strange. It's sort of like the game one. You know, OG game one, they took 2 racks,
Yeah.
but it didn't really feel like that changed much. I mean, this game, sure, it's not 2 racks, but it's still a set of racks, but you don't really feel any sort of implication of them taking that racks. E.g., they are holding the map, holding their positions, holding the control of the overall game in a manner that feels like that racks doesn't mean anything. That's easy. Lead rages. Make sure there's no instant follow-up after the lasso, but of course the Roar will still be there through the magic immunity. Arteezy, can he run himself away? He jumps into Sumail. Crit's going to be jumping in on the front.
Oh, what a centaur stomp.
As Crit will happily die for this. He got Arteezy out safely. He's going to take a long time to get bought down. In fact, Sumail, S4, the coil, it's onto the 4 of them. The silence as well. Arteezy's on the front lines. He's ripping them apart. 3 dead on OG. Anna, they're trying to fight back, but Arteezy is a triple. It's an ultra. As S4 turning back in, Crit dies, but he is more than happy to sacrifice himself for that one. Going in with the Doom, allowing Arteezy to back up, get inside S4. Arteezy's like, take me home. S4 says, you know what, mate? We're fighting this. Straight back in, he goes on the puck, 4-man Dream Coil. Bibbidi-bobbidi, everybody's dead.
I want everyone who was Crit lulling whenever Gods and Kyle were going to bat for him being a top 5 player to reevaluate what just happened with Doom making an amazing maneuver. What a centaur stomp, buying enough time for EG to disengage, and like you said, what was it, bip bop boom, something like that?
Bibbidi-bobbidi, is this end Cinderella, right?
Couldn't say it better myself.
And that's a tier 3 tower, S4. He's a puck. Doesn't care, he's taking towers. He's got a lot of money now in his bank, 4,500 gold. He can start working on those Dagons, get a bit of burst damage on himself, and now they can push in EG, OG. They've got 3 dead. There's a couple of buybacks there, but Tops and Anna will be sure. They don't want to use them. They're very soon to be back in the game. They will lose racks because of it. Top lane, that's full set of racks gone. EG take it.
But they haven't claimed any tiers 2s yet, so, well, aside from the top lane, so not being able to claim much more than that. So they are now even with racks. However, they are 19k net worth up right now.
The lead, quite an incredible one for EG.
And they want to keep pushing it. Take that mid tier 2. Still have time on these Sages. Still have plenty of time left on the Sages.
So it's just a very hard game for OG to recover now. Sure, they've now lost to Rax, which some of the EG had lost earlier, but as you say, the difference in farm.
Yeah, just the solutions to be able to kill Lifestealer are just becoming near impossible. Like, the Lincolns are going to be consistently placed onto the Lifestealer. He himself has that Abyssal Blade completed, so he's got damage block on deck. He's got the Aegis. And he ended up going for that Rage Lifestealer, Rage duration, because it may not be about the match community as now Lasso.
I mean, crit.
Okay.
He should die this time. They get their revenge. They drag him in. The full 5-man of OG beats down upon crit, and he's dead.
And all things considered, the Doom is very important. Like I said, being able to Doom the Troll so he can't battle trance is instrumental to these successes. And Seb and the rest of OG want to, again, take heavy advantage of this. But Sumail's going to cut the wave, not going to give them an avenue. And what else is there to claim in the mid lane? Mid lane you already took over. Sumail's scanned out, but this man has BOTs at 550 move speed with his Yules and Kayayasha.
I mean, Thompson's jumping through
This
the
man's just
trying
bulldozing waves.
Notel is there with the wraparound. Sumail, I don't think there's any play that he can use to get himself out of this. Is Sumail?
Oh, he cheeses it. All right.
He does use the cheese here. Could have argued that it would be better to be saved, as there's no way that he's fighting back through these. Even with the lifesteal from that Octarine, it's not nearly enough.
To an extent, I would say he did his job, but now he's dead for 90 seconds. So you bought time for the Doom to respawn, but now your Leshrak's dead. So perhaps a bit overzealous as now Puck.
He does have Arteezy inside him, but won't want to jump out for that play on Ana. It's too close to the base. They know that OG's going to have backup. They have the whole squad alive.
Yeah, and Bot Shrine is still up and running for OG. Huh. Well, initially it seemed like things were hunky-dory for EG. Now there's a little speed bump.
Did get shaken up a little bit there, those last few minutes. They really are right after the lead that they have.
Yeah.
As we've seen it swing back and forward already a few times this game, still very much in the ballpark of EG. But OG certainly showing that they will, you cannot slip up. EG, they cannot get comfortable. They've got to keep playing at the level that they've been bringing so far today. No hesitation, no degradation on the level that they're at. They have to keep it up.
All right, so what 25s do we have on deck? I already mentioned the Rage duration taken by Lifestealer, as he probably just wants the attack speed. Leshrak goes for the Edict explosions, as to be expected. Although that may need to be put on hold as they find out Troll Warlord.
That's a big one to find.
No
Ana
buyback.
out alone. It really does feel like it's been a bit of a story for the cause of OG this series.
They're just going to march down mid.
Yeah. 90 seconds, no Troll Warlord.
And that he doesn't have it because of gold. He doesn't have it because it's not because he bought back previously. He's down 1.7k gold from being able to buy back. So that's not good.
That's not good for OG. Ana didn't do the maths.
Fly.
Doesn't have an accountant. Fly.
All right, well, Seb's stalling, I suppose. A lot of people, they really want to kill this Beastmaster.
Seb does have buyback, so as you said, brings them back. Still on the mid lane though. Crit and Arteezy, they're trying to go for this. The lasso will be there onto Arteezy, holding him down. He'll be able to get himself out of the Wukong's command.
See, EG want a troll buyback right now. They don't know that he doesn't have it. They're just like, any second.
I mean, they're going to realize that if he's not buying back, then it's time to just go. Thompson, BKB popped. He's pulling away the creeps in the mid lane, trying to do his best to make sure that EG don't have the creeps to siege the base with.
It's kind of working, as they have not taken tier 3. It's just Arteezy, and he's still waiting. He's like, Troll's going to buy back and kill me any second now.
There's another creep wave coming in, and you can see Thompson, he was trying to get the illusions there in time with the Radiance, but they weren't close enough to the wave. So the wave gets in. There's still one range creep alive. That's all they need to take down that backdoor protection. Seb knows he's got to get back in. With the creeps coming in, he'll buy back on the Beastmaster. That will now push EG back.
And no Troll having to do anything the entire time. Not that he could have, but he ended up not doing it. OG are so good at this. I distinctly remember a TI game where No Tail on his Chen was able to cut a creep wave and basically save an entire game. A game-winning creep wave from finishing off his Ancient.
Oh, Sumail's TP back though to the Shrine. He's got the catch out onto Thompson. The Yule's into the stun. Sumail, he's going for the play here. He has the backup of Fly 2. Thompson, can he run away? No, S4 in with the Dream Coil. Thompson bursted down with the BKB that he already used earlier to cut the creeps in mid. It wasn't ready to pop again. Thompson's gone.
He has buyback though, so not all hope is lost. Really, OG are just trying to cut the waves as frequently as possible, keep EG as away from their Ancient as possible, and they're buying time. I don't know what the end game is necessarily. They're still going down net worth consistently. You know, they've had to spend the Beastmaster buyback earlier, but they're still in the game, and I think that's all they care about.
For now, at least. But it definitely feels like we're getting up to that final attempt from OG. Holding on against this power that EG's bringing. 25k lead. There's the buyback. OG, they've smoked up behind Ana.
Oh.
Ana, BKB is going to be popped very early. EG easily able to just kite that one out, wait for it.
And now this double siege creep wave is going to end up not being able to do very much.
Got to watch for the initiations of either S4 or Crit. One of them finds that.
I don't even think this is because
jump.
EG are like playing like very, very cautiously. I think it's really just OG are making EG work for it extremely hard.
Just at every attempt, cutting creep waves, split pushing out the map, making it as hard as possible for EG to feel that they're in a position to raise to the high ground. Bottom lane, Samael. Look for tops, and this time BKB and TP are there. He's gone. Does mean that here's a Monkey King without a BKB for push if it comes in within the next minute.
And he also hit 25, went for the command ring AoE, which definitely makes sense with the Radiance.
ZG, they feel comfortable enough to make a jump now. They may feel that they're not too pressured to do so.
Man, Ana's super far out. This man is so incredibly
And
confident.
S4's in. Jump. Abyssal Blade. Dream Core. Down onto Seb. Saves there from Jax. False promises out. Seb will be fine for now. He's taking a lot of damage though. So may still pop after it all. He's able to blink back with the safety of the false promise. The damage will explode him.
These Edict explosions just chewing through this tower.
Here's the push from EG. Still being a little careful, just having Arteezy on the front lines. They don't need to put anyone else out there. They sit behind the Lifestealer. They play reactive, ready for anything that's thrown this way of Arteezy, but it's hard for OG to do so. Without Seb's Beastmaster for 100 seconds, of course his buyback's still on cooldown for 5 minutes. OG, they've got to do their best to try and hold 4v5, but it's going to be ever so hard. Topsy tries to go and gets the BKB out, but the Fiend's Grip, Arteezy as well with the right clicks. That's going to be a dead Thompson Monkey King for 2 minutes. Ana moves in with the BKB, the battle chance as well. He's doing a lot to bring down Arteezy,
but Nightmare.
Arteezy, the Nightmare, and inside of the heroes he goes. Arteezy's fine, jumps back out, he'll survive. Ana's in trouble, Samael's diving in, Fly as well. Samael gets the double. Jax, he's out of the game as well. OG falling left, right, and center. GG is called. EG, they take the game, they take the series. They come out as the true winners today, EG. A fantastic day one for them here at the Disneyland MDL Major.
Amazing, amazing from Fly with that Nightmare save at the end. The game was pretty grim for OG at that point, but that just goes to show, it just basically encapsulates how well EG played. Even though we saw, you know, some very flashy stuff from the cores, Arteezy dying 0 times, it ended the game with a score of 12-0-20. I think it was really the supports that ended up winning EG both games.
Really, Crit
and Fly.
Yeah, the support play, but it really, overall as well, just the way that EG has turned up to this land.
Sure.
It feels like this is the EG that the fans have been waiting for,
right.
that the fans have been posting about, memeing about. This is the lineup playing at the level, and we're sort of, you know, pretty flawlessly. They're not making the mistakes that you would have seen this squad do so before that would have frustrated many online. Yeah. They're here at
that's a third place EG. What we're seeing right now is a championship EG.
It's definitely looking good here on day one. And that is the series done. EG 2-0, taking it against OG, turning the tables from what we saw in the last time that these two teams met, as today EG proving to be the stronger squad by far.